It's the shortest day of the year, but be prepared for the longest night of your life because we're going to talk about some of this Star Wars The Last Jedi Backlash. But before we get into that, welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, back again, and I can't help but say what my dad said to me one time. You fucking piece of shit, your mom's a bitch. Holy shit.
We're starting
Sounds
dark,
like his
bro.
dad was Eddie Murphy's dad.
It was Uncle Ray. Don't you go pulling that falling down the stairs shit, Dion. That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Samoan, Nick Utan.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.
I love humbling.
Oh, I do too.
And finally, Kendo Slice.
Howdy.
Well, guys, we made it to the end of a year. This year, 2017. And it was a fantastic year in terms of world-class bullshitters. Entertainment in general kind of sucked. I mean, there are some highlights, a lot of lowlights, but we'll talk about that later into the show. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to give our top 5 favorite films of the year. We're going to look back on all the bullshit that's happened. And we're going to talk about the Star Wars Backlash because these losers are in denial. But before we get into that, let me give a very special shout-out to our listener of the week, Stephanie Janicek. She became our newest $25 patron. She's also one of the many wonderful people in the comments section that's always stirring up discussion. So, Stephanie, we thank you very much. You're helping the channel grow. You're helping us achieve a lot of goals. We just want to thank you. And we also want to thank, now be prepared, listeners, because there's a lot of new patrons. All of a sudden, the channel's exploded. Like pre-Star Wars, post-Star Wars, we've gone up, 2,000 plus subscribers lately?
Oh, yeah, it's been really insane.
Yeah, so our channel grew. We figured it out 350% this year, and it just keeps rolling. We gained 55 subscribers just today alone since I've been awake. So, yeah, the train's going. I'm pumped. Everybody's pumped. So, if you'll bear with us, we want to thank everyone that's helping us grow. And I'm reading these in email order reversed. So, if you were a patron and I don't read your name first, I'm going in the most recent to oldest. So, first up, Floriano Cavagnoli pledged $1. Thank you. Lenny Shoss changed their pledge from $1 to $10. So thank you very much, Lenny. Jordan Painter pledged $1. Zachary Noel pledged $5. Thank you, Zachary. Nick Wooster pledged $1. Okay, that's just the end of the first page. We got more. Stephanie Janicek, she pledged $25. Thank you again very much, Stephanie. Steven, this dude pledged $35. Steven, I wish I could give you a last name or a way to thank you more. He started out by donating $30 and he jumped it up to $35. So he must really like what we're doing. So Steven, with a lowercase s, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That blew my mind. The other day we were sitting around doing something and then boom, that hit. And I was like, holy shit. So we are hitting it right. Adam Burns pledged $1. The Whisper pledged $5. Patreon apologized for changing their terms and services, so that's cool. Let's see.
Thanks, Patreon. You're the real MVP.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can forgive.
But we'll never forget.
Never. Clee pledged $5. And Timothy Cooley pledged $15. Shit, thank you, Timothy Cooley. I think that's it. I'm going to keep checking to make sure because I don't want to forget anybody. And sorry, listeners out there, I know you're thinking, God, just get off the fucking show. I need to hear about Star Wars. Look, we will talk about Star Wars. But, Ahan Celebi pledged $1. I think we've recorded a show since then, right? And Greg edited his pledge to $5. So Liam Thompson gave $1. I know I read Liam Thompson because you all gave me shit because it sounded like I said Leah Thompson. So, listeners, patrons, thank you guys very much for making World Class Bullshitters grow. 2018 is going to be the year where we really, really grow. If you think we started small this year and got kind of big, wait till next year when we start at this level and go even higher. So we made it. We'll almost be at 10,000 by the end of the year. Next year, let's shoot for 100,000. So
yeah,
spread the word. Tell everybody you know about World Class Bullshitter, and make sure you watch each week. Okay, now it's time for the news because next week it's irrelevant. So let's start with our title image, the thing that's going to bring 99.9% of the people here because that's all they want to hear us talk about. Dion, be prepared. It's time to talk about the Star Wars Backlash.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so this week I put out a video about the deflection from the media on why The Last Jedi's audience score is lower than the critic score. So you guys should go check that out to hear my full take on that. But the fun doesn't stop there. Forbes put out an article confirming it wasn't Russian-controlled hacker bots. It wasn't the alt-right. It was just an authentic score according to Rotten Tomatoes. But Yahoo never one to back down from a good story to try to remain relevant in 2017. Yahoo has an article about how people are mistaking Star Wars for another film and rating that film instead. So,
Wait, no. Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me?
They are claiming in this article that The Shape of Water is confusing people with Star Wars. So people are rating The Shape of Water as whatever, 95%, and they're giving Star Wars a bad rating, and that's what's hurting Star Wars. So have you ever heard about a major film having so many excuses made for it?
Listen, I just love that someone thought about that, and they were like, okay, shit, oh, no. Here's what we're going to write that they're mistaking The Shape of Water for Star Wars. Jimmy, that's brilliant. Write that out as fast as you can and print it. I'm not even going to proofread it. Just fucking send it. Send it, bro. I'm still going to fucking send it.
We're going to print.
The fact that they expect someone to be at their computer and type in and be like, oh, here's an article. Oh, look, click. Oh, what's the... that explains it. It's The Shape of Water's fault. Duh. That's what they think of you, America. Yahoo thinks you're so fucking stupid that you can't tell the difference between The Shape of Water and apparently its synonym, Star Wars. I mean, I can see the confusion. That's real fucking palpable. Watch out, Yahoo. Fucking Pulitzer Prizes in the goddamn mail. Get ready.
Here's a problem with that. Here's the entire problem with that. Star Wars The Last Jedi is in 4,232 theaters as of right now. The Shape of Water is only in 726 theaters.
Sorry to laugh so loud, but it just hit me how dumb this fucking deflection is.
Okay, so, like, the numbers alone prove that fucking wrong immediately. And this is coming from Box Office Mojo. I'm looking at that site right now for the information. But yeah, that's what it says. That's what I'm looking at right now. And it's just like, I don't see how that's a thing. I don't understand that at all. Whoever made that article was high on something and just
bath salts.
We'll say bad salts. I just was like, this is a good idea. This makes sense. People are dumb. They'll believe this. And,
it's not even that they were high on bath salts. They're just retarded and bad writers. Like that's
dude. You've been nailing the bad articles this year a lot.
Yeah, that chick, Angela Watercutter, for the worst article ever. You know what? I'm going to put out just a random award right now. Random article award. You get it, Angela Watercutter. You're the worst writer in America. Next to Joanna Robinson, the lady that writes Vanity Fair, and all of your bullshit mansplaining articles. Fuck you. Sorry that you're both women. Nothing to do with your genders. If you were a dude named Clive Johnson III, I'd still tell you to go fuck yourself because you're garbage. You serve no purpose to society. Back on topic, though. Sorry.
Dude, one of the things I love about all this is that Rotten Tomatoes came out, 2 days ago and said, it's not bots, it's not hackers. These are authentic. These are definitely individual people coming in here. The movie just was not well received among the majority of the audience. But even today, if you look up The Last Jedi on Google, I found like at least 5 stories published today that was blaming either alt-right or angry nerds or white people or all these things for the scores being so low, saying that, they were manipulating the score. It's like, dude, 48 hours ago, Rotten Tomatoes came out and said, there's no score manipulation here and there's no conspiracy to do this. Yet they're still pumping out these articles trying to blame everybody else. It's like, fuck.
I just love that they're like, that people are so their buttholes are so puckered up to defend this movie that they're so that they actually believe that even less entertaining. That's the thought. You think the alt-right cares so much about fucking Star Wars? They care so much to fuck that movie up that they're gonna stop everything that they're doing, and they're gonna be like, man, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna fuck this movie up. This is or that nerds care so much that they're just like, oh my god, the movie's already out. Oh, I'm angry. fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. Like they think that sounds like a good idea. Like when I say it like that, that's one of those moments where it's like, yeah, it sounds really stupid when you say it like that. No, it doesn't sound stupid, guys. That is a fucking stupid idea. It's not them. The movie just isn't that fucking good. Sorry. And before anyone out there is like, oh, you guys are just so, you guys are just pissed about the movie. Remember, guys, remember, that was like before we did the fucking episode. So that we watched the movie. We actually watched the movie and said what we thought the day that we saw it. So don't blame us.
Yeah,
don't like the movie.
And also we did this 2 fucking years ago for Force Awakens, and that sucked too. So we've been like, we want them to be good, but they're not. So we don't know the fuck to tell you.
I have to say that in this case, it has to be Disney suggesting that these articles, these deflection articles, come out, because these publications, well, they're not even real publications. These internet echo chambers that call themselves journalism websites, they have other things to bitch about. You know, somebody that didn't offer their seat up to some fat lady on a train, or a dude with his legs spread apart, or Donald Trump's hair. You know, like, they have a million other things to write about. Why are they keep writing about Star Wars? Or why do they keep writing about Star Wars? One, because it's popular. I swear, they're not getting like straight up cash from Disney, but there's like favors and incentives and all kinds of positive things from Disney. I'd put a Duke's Brothers bet down on that right now. So no other film has ever received this kind of like benefit of the doubt. Look at Justice League. We liked it. We didn't think it was amazing. I think our score was a 6 out of 10. We liked it enough. Everyone else hated it and it flopped. Oh, well, there wasn't a conspiracy to shit on DC. No, the movie, most people didn't like the fucking movie, and everything that came before it was fucking garbage. So that's where we are. So, yeah, all of a sudden, people don't like a Star Wars movie. Tough fucking shit. Disney doesn't make great movies every time. What did Disney do of relevancy between the years of, I don't know, 1969 and 1987? That was a pretty dark period for Disney as a company. Oh, well, they didn't put out a lot of good movies. Ironically, some of the best movies of all times came out in those eras. Why? Maybe because Disney wasn't around. Who knows? It's a coincidence. But I'd like to be in that situation where Disney just disappears and we have good movies come out again.
Well, here's he depriving us of the uncut version of Song of the South.
That's what it is.
Here's hoping that the government steps in and tells them, no, you can't have Fox. Go back to your room.
Yeah, come on, government. Like, you guys got to do something. You're fucking up other stuff. Please, don't let them buy Fox.
You're fucking up the internet and everything else. Just save the internet and do this as well, and we'll be cool. I swear.
Yeah, I don't think people will have that much shit to bitch about if it's like, hey, the internet's good, and don't worry, there won't be a monopoly to take over your entertainment, and everyone will just be like, okay, we'll keep buying pop vinyls because we're assholes.
That's what's so weird, right? Like, all this shit going on. And fucking, you have all these shitty sites like, oh my god, the fucking Star Wars nerds are just trying to ruin the movie. Motherfucker, did you hear yourself speak?
No.
We just bullshittingly point out things that are more important than that. And you think that everyone's just so mad about Star Wars, we're going to forget about net neutrality. Oh, no, fuck the internet. I got to fucking go and ruin the audience score on fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Like, come on, really? See how it's like? Doesn't that sound really stupid, people on Facebook, when I say it like that? That's because it is.
There's a guy I know. Nick has met him too. I won't say his name on air. I'll tell you his name off air, Nick. But we know him from conventions. Nice guy, smart, actually very well off financially. For the life of him, though, he cannot stop posting articles about how it's a conspiracy and that people just want to hate this movie to hate it. Newsflash, insert name here. The movie fucking sucked, and you're old, and you just want to go on how it made you feel like when you were a kid. Well, guess what? I don't care what you felt like when you were a kid. I'm 29, and I watched a bullshit movie, and I want people to know what I thought of it without thinking I'm trolling. The funny thing is, every Facebook page that I'm a member of, if it's a comic book page, a Star Wars page, a fucking page about Kiss from 1978. I swear to God, every Facebook group I've been in has a thing about The Last Jedi. Don't post spoilers, but tell us what you thought of the movie. Every one I go into, Luke dies, Kylo Ren's still a cuck. everyone. I'm so tired of another thing I'm seeing too. This is a trend. Everyone keeps going, oh, Empire was misunderstood when it came out. And that's a masterpiece. Empire was hated. Empire was this. Empire was that. And then somebody posts this article. Or not even an article. They post a screenshot that says, this is from 1980. And it's like 3 paragraphs of bullshit. And then it literally ends with, still in quotations of the paragraphs, or the article, I can't wait till Return of the Jedi comes out in a few years. And people blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa. This is fake, first off, because no one knew the title was Return of the Jedi.
Exactly.
Revenge of the Jedi. And it's like, and people were making up fake news. I'm sorry to sound like this, but people are making up fake news to justify that, people hate this movie because of, women and this and that. It's like, no, guys, we don't care if it was Princess Leia fighting off a horde of stormtroopers with a rifle. We'd buy that. But when she's flying through outer space like Superman, kind of retarded. Every guy in this movie is a fucking idiot. That's kind of a problem when your biggest demographic are males. And, kids aren't going to watch this movie and go, man, Poe Dameron's cool. No one's going to look at Finn and go, he's cool. When we watched Star Wars when we were kids, it was like, Han Solo's cool, Lando's cool, Luke Skywalker's cool. Everybody had somebody to, get invested in. If you're a guy or just somebody with common sense, it's like, well, Rey's a hollow character. Admiral Holdo's a piece of shit bitch who I'm glad is dead. Princess Leia doesn't really serve much to the purpose anymore because she's actually dead and barely alive in the fucking movie. And Rose and her stupid sister are fucking useless. Just go back to the engine room and clean. You're like the little creature from Star Trek. And I was at the store the other day, and then we'll get back on track. Sorry. And they had the Last Jedi figures out. They were clearance to $5 before Christmas. I was at Meijer. Normally they're $7.99. Normally you think at Christmas time you don't jack up your prices, but you don't put a ton of shit on sale because people are going to buy it no matter what. So it's like, hey, my kid likes Star Wars. I'm going to buy him these figures. I could, the store could be like, well, they're $8 a piece, and $8 ain't shit. So you buy a bunch. Oh, but they're actually now $5. So maybe you have an incentive to buy more, but it's like, as a business, I would keep those prices high and then lower them after Christmas to where it's like, hey, after Christmas, we got sales. We still need to make money. So it gives you an incentive to buy then. And the whole reason I'm telling you this is they had her sister, the one that died in the beginning of the movie, had her own action figure. Who? Oh my God! No one has ever woken up in America or the rest of the world at this point. Remember Rose Tico's sister, Daisy or Violet or whatever we'll call her for now? I want her action figure because she was so integral to the plot. She fucking died for the Rebel Alliance's cause or whatever they're called. She deserves her action figure. No, nobody wants her. She's like the new what's her face? Constable Zuvio. They had all these Constable Zuvio toys out. They're still in the stores 2 years and change later. Oh, but people are just sexist towards Asian women and aliens all of a sudden. Fuck everybody, all of you people.
What are you saying? Dan loves Asian women.
Yeah, in a different way.
Exactly. I'm not sexist. I just want to have sex with them.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Come here, Daisy.
And here's the thing. If people want to say, oh, you don't like movies with Asian women in it, well, I enjoyed Legend of Drunken Master with Jackie Chan, and that one lady was hilarious. I like Tomorrow Never Dies, and I like Wei Lin. Yeah, I watched the movie, and I want to see James Bond kick ass, but she's fine. Doesn't ruin the plot. None of these well-written female characters ruin any of these plots if they're well-written. When they're hollow jokes of characters, and then you sell them to idiots on the internet through their politics, of course people are going to have a fucking problem. Because there's no substance there. When you give me a well-written character, a character as well-written as Princess Leia was back in the day, on screen in modern times, man, woman, child, Ugnaught, I'll buy into them. Until then, fuck everybody.
Well, the best part was, of course, being online, like Reddit and all, and Facebook, and someone's like, I want someone to specifically explain why I don't like the movie. So I said, fuck it, I'll have a go. I'll feed the tiger a little bit. And I was like, this is why they fucking pointed out a plot hole in this one about the last movie, about how she never fucking learned to use a lightsaber. And then they just don't fucking explain it. They just kept going with it. Fuck the fact that the entire plot of the Resistance or whatever could have been solved with, hey, Poe, this is what we're doing. Okay. The entire fact that literally half the movie meant absolutely zero fucking sense and it was dumb and it didn't matter because they just came back and failed and found the rebel base anyway. That's what I don't like. Well, those aren't plot holes. Wait, what? What do you mean those aren't plot holes? What did you ask for a plot hole and then forget what the fuck you asked me? They put the movie itself said she beat you without ever pick up a lightsaber. The movie said that. I didn't make that shit up. That's a lot. Snoke says that in the fucking movie, and they just don't explain it. They just don't. I'm like, they wrote that in the movie. People, how do you not? How are you pissed at me? They put it. I didn't put it in the movie.
I want to know what the writing process for this fucking movie was. It's like Rian Johnson on his knees. All right, Kathleen, this is what I'd like to do. I want to promote what you want to see on film. If you just let me kill Luke Skywalker because he's evil, anything else you want to see on this screen is yours. And outside of that, what bothers me is when you get these fucking sycophantic people online. Oh, everything Kathleen Kennedy does is great. She has the nerve and the balls to just fire people. Kathleen Kennedy, fire yourself and just jump off a cliff. Normally, I try to reserve my comments like that, but no, just take yourself. What are there wildfires still going on in California right now?
Oh
yeah, there are.
Go get lost in the fucking woods of California. No one will ever miss you. And Star Wars will be better off in the end of it. It's just like, oh, where'd Kathleen go? She drove off into the hills looking for a Kyber crystal. Well, she's fucking dead. She burnt up in her car. Oh, okay. Well, who's the next in line? I'm sure they're more well qualified. Let's bring in anybody. We'll call up Dustin. Well, no, Dustin would fuck it up somehow. Anybody but Dustin can replace Kathleen. My mom would be like, all right, let's make Star Wars cool. And then she'll find out that they killed all the good characters and she'll go, well, I quit. So, Kathleen, you are the problem with Star Wars. Here's the thing. When people are talking about if your movie passes the Bechdel test and mansplaining and this and that, you haven't made a good film. You've made a couple of discussion topics for idiots on the internet. Exactly. People can't go and talk about the conflict of Rey and this and that. What conflict? She didn't have any conflict. Oh, she was teased with the dark side. She went down that hole in a vision. Yeah? So
then she
what?
came out and then she was like, oh, my parents aren't there. She didn't grow. She did not nothing. And then, oh well, she went to see Luke. Tell me specifically what he taught her.
He gave her those three things.
How to milk a walrus?
Yeah, he showed her how to milk a walrus and fish.
Oh my god! And he literally goes, the Jedi have to die. So that's what you took away. So even in your world, that she learned that from him. How in the fuck does that mean she becomes a Jedi if he says that they're gonna die? So you're just gonna sit there and tell me that she's gonna teach herself?
Well, remember in Return to the Jedi when Luke comes back to Yoda at the beginning of the movie, and he after he had already been defeated by Vader, and he says about like, do I have to defeat Darth Vader? And he's like, if you want to be a Jedi, you do. Mm-hmm. Rey's not a Jedi yet. She hasn't gone through her Jedi trial. But you can't write that out of the movie for convenience. And if you want us to respect these characters, you got to make us like want to see them succeed. I want to see them all die. Like I don't even care if the actors die at this point. I want to see these people disappear from existence. A fucking black hole just swallows everyone associated with Star Wars anymore. They're gone. In their place is nothingness.
My best stump move so far has worked on people that have been trying to, because there's one guy at work, the dude that loved The Force Awakens. I said, okay, explain to me Benicio del Toro's character. Explain him to me. Well, he was a thief. So he just happened to be in the jail cell at that time, and he can leave whenever he wanted to. Yeah. So what stopped him from leaving right before they got there? Well, he didn't have a. What do you mean he didn't have a fucking reason? The reason for him to leave would have been to get out of fucking jail.
No.
So you're telling me that he just happened to stay there and then they left with him?
You're like,
yeah. I was like, that's all I got. That's the definition of someone just showing up. You fucking idiot. That's literally. I don't have to say anymore. That's the visual representation of that happening in a movie. He literally was like, oh, I couldn't help but hear what you're saying. Okay, thank you.
Well, Dion, it's a trend. It's a trend to shit on Boba Fett all of a sudden. Have you noticed? But at least Boba Fett was able to trick the good guys. Like Benicio del Toro's character wasn't setting up this wasn't a ruse to get them captured and make money.
Exactly.
Don't anyone ever use it. Don't look. People out there that didn't like this film, or people that did, don't ever listen to or use that argument because it's not valid. Oh, he was waiting for them. No, he fucking wasn't. It was a poorly written scene. Oh, well, he was like, okay, let's say if we all got captured. I'm like, hey, blah, 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 they did it if you let me go. There you go. I saw it with my friends. They let me live. That's all he did. He didn't have this, preconceived notions of getting the rebels captured. At least Boba Fett was like, hey, I got a plan how to trap these people. And he fucking hung out in the debris field and flew off and shit. It's like, oh, yeah, cool.
Well, even then, fucking Admiral Nita's like, we're bounty hunters. We don't need them. It explained why they were there. They're bounty hunters. And Darth Vader's explaining, I want you to find the Millennium Falcon. They show up in the middle of the movie, but it's an explanation as to why they're there, and it makes sense because the Empire is fucking looking for the fucking Millennium Falcon.
Well, Dion, just real quick, it's Admiral Piet. Not that I want to correct you, but people in the comment section, people in the comment section will go apeshit because I said we went to the movie and they thought I was talking about all of us, like the collective, like people on the internet, like I'm speaking for them. I'm like, asshole. 4 people went to the movie with me.
Oh my
That's
God.
how you portray the group. We went and saw the movie and we were disappointed. Like, get over yourself. If you honestly think I'm trying to speak for your dumbass on the internet, speak for one person, me.
Jeff is not going to say everybody's name individually just so you fucking know who they are and can count how many names he said on your
It just goes to show you, it's like, hey, I found this one video and I want to bitch about the things I don't know because I haven't seen your other videos. I'm like, hey, I appreciate if you have come to this channel and you've seen one video or all 300. That's not the point. But it's like, if you're going to complain about something, and I am just like, that's not a valid complaint, it's because those have been answered. Literally, the video before the one that you're bitching about answers everything you want to know. So you wrote me 5 paragraphs. Like, you just wasted our time. So this movie's bringing out the best of and the worst of people. Like, this bitch on the internet I used to watch named Mundane Matt. He posted a thing how...
Mundane Cup.
Yeah, well... He is now, his is another channel. I'm not going to give the name because I don't want to give this guy advertisements. But he's got a video titled, Disney Has Ruined Star Wars. And I was like, finally, he's got some balls on him.
Red pill.
And then his bitch ass today, he's like, I went and saw it 3-4 more times. And, I think there's just a lot of problems with the fandom. It's like, fuck you, Matt Jarbo. Like, stop. All right? You're done in Hollywood. You fucking failed. Disney's not going to call you up tomorrow and be like, hey, Matt, we saw that video you did on Star Wars. How about a job? Like, that's not going to happen. And Jeremy John's bitch ass, I can't give a rating for this film yet. Why can't you give a rating for this film? You give a rating to every other fucking movie you watch. You are an indecisive dick.
Oh, no, he's on that fucking that fence just to like cock tease his fucking YouTube following just so they can be like, all right, well, whatever he says is his rating, we'll either love him or hate him immediately. It's like, have some balls, say what you mean, and move the fuck on.
Yeah, and then I'm just saying, if you want to be respected as a critic, like, I'm not saying we're a critic channel. We're not. We'll review movies we wanted to see no matter what because our audience is into similar shit that we are. But, like, this channel's not built on, hey, I'm going to go see the newest movie and review it for you people. But when your channel is, you have to have some level of integrity. And when you go against that, just not to upset your overlords at Disney because you might get a free flight to Disney World and you and your boyfriend or whatever can go hang out with Mickey Mouse, like, you're disingenuous and dishonest. Like, I don't trust you. Stop making videos if you can't at least be honest.
Man, yeah, it's such a problem. I mean, it's going to be really interesting what happens next year with all this stuff when they release the Solo movie and things like that. Like, what's going to happen with that? Is nobody going to go see that?
Well,
or is everybody going to go see that?
What's the release date? You keep talking. I'm going to find out the release date because I'll tell you, I'll be in the theaters for Infinity War opening night.
It's like an A, I want to say. So
but so is Infinity War. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like. I can't wait, man. We're saying it's bringing out the best and the worst. It's making all the pieces fall where they're supposed to go.
It comes out on Star Wars Day, May 25th.
Oh my gosh!
On the 41st anniversary of the original film, you get Solo, a Star Wars story with Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo, Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover, Woody Harrelson, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and Thandie Newton. And this really tall, creepy guy is Chewbacca. I don't care. You've already ruined my favorite Star Wars character. You can't do him any dirtier than you already did because you ruined everything he worked for by making him a absentee father. Like, why are all the guys runaways? Where's Lando? Where's the good characters? Why did Admiral Akbar get sucked out into space and not, he just mentioned it once? Why couldn't he have done what Laura Dern did? There's just so many dumb things that Disney Star Wars does, and I can't wait to see how much of a flop Solo Star Wars story is, because people will be focused on Infinity War and other movies that might be better.
Gun to my head, Infinity War or Solo. I'd rather sit through and sleep through Infinity War, so that's fine.
You will be mildly entertained by Infinity War.
I know I will.
And you'll come back on this channel that night and you'll be like, God damn it, it wasn't my favorite movie ever, but it didn't suck. It was better than Wonder Woman.
That's true. That's true. I will say that.
And the next day we'll come back for the 0.5 episode and talk about Solo and be like, God, that movie was a flaming bag of fucking garbage. Opie didn't fix it.
Yeah, well, they've announced that it's now a gangster underworld movie, and that Ron Howard shot more of it than he planned. It's like, we knew that it was going to be hot garbage because Ron Howard stepped in. I bet you the Lord Miller movie was probably incredible.
God, I would rather them have finished it and it'd be like a crazy comedy. Like I would have if they had done that, I'd be like, all right, you get one, Disney, you get one. It's okay, it's good. We'll be fine. But they didn't, and they went serious. They went with Opie, and it's like, God damn it, you fucked up.
Come back to Mayberry, you bitch.
Well, here's the thing.
Save you, boy.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to run into the same problem they did with Justice League, where it's like, all right, they had massive reshoots with another director, and it's going to be double the budget, and it's going to be double the marketing budget as well, and it's going to be. The thing, I think the money for Justice League was $450 million with marketing and reshoots, which I think it may have made some of that money back. I'm not sure. So it's going to be the same. It might be around the same for Solo. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they dig themselves out of that bullshit.
Well, you got to remember, too, right when they first started filming, they were saying that the executives at Disney were not pleased with the dude they picked to play Han Solo. So, like, they had to deal with that shit. So this storm of bullshit, and especially now, listen, and people can say whatever the fuck they want. The fact of the matter is, Episode 8 was not as good as they thought it was. Episode 7 wasn't as good as they thought it was. The same thing fucking happened. And here comes this Han Solo movie that no one fucking asked for, coming out in May at the beginning of the summer blockbuster, where a lot of movies are going to do a hell of a lot better than fucking Star Wars. And they put themselves in this fucking corner again.
Yeah, you're forgetting the one X factor. The media will cover for Disney because Disney's got all the money.
That's true.
If Warner Brothers was in the position Disney is now, Justice League would have got glowing reviews. I would put money on that.
You're right. No.
Because Disney's the big gun right now. Everything Disney does gets praised. Coco.
Yeah.
This Star Wars movie. In and Out. Brave. Every movie that their name is on. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, it's so original and breathtaking. It's a live action version of an animated film.
It's a live action movie you did like 20 years. Movie you did, a movie you did 20 years ago.
Disney, I bet you they have so much pull right now. They could put out Star Wars Episode 8, rebranded as Episode 9 in 2 years, and people go, that's better than the last one. People are that fucking stupid.
You're right. Those crazy fucking fanboys, man. Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, it's totally different. It's totally not similar to the other two movies in any way, shape, or form, and I still love it. God bless you.
I mean, are we gonna have to wait for another John Carter fiasco before Disney gets their shit together, or are they stuck in Drive at this point?
They're stuck in Drive because they've made this plan for Star Wars and they're sticking to it right now. They want every year to be a movie coming out from something. They're gonna make the goddamn Yoda movie and the Obi-Wan movie and the fucking Admiral Akbar movie. Like it's gonna fuck yeah. And it's gonna fucking happen. So we're in it for the long haul, unfortunately.
Until they start losing money, they're gonna keep doing it.
That Solo may be the tipping point then. Solo's going to be the tipping point.
Well, Kendo, you had a little list that you showed me today of the returns this week. We'll talk about losses. Tell me about that you found.
Okay, so I had the 6-day totals of the daily breakdown for The Last Jedi, and it is definitely not on pace with The Force Awakens. It's anywhere between $15 and like $20 million short every day for the 6 days it's been out compared to the first 6 days The Force Awakens has been out. So it's well off the pace that The Force Awakens set, so it's going to come nowhere near that. And, I mean, Monday, we'll have a better idea because we'll get to see the weekend drop off.
But guys, it's Christmas, and no one sees movies on Christmas.
That's not true. The Force Awakens did okay on Christmas.
Dude, there have been horror movies that come out on Christmas that sell out. I've seen that shit happen.
Yeah.
There are millions of Jewish people that will go to the movies this weekend. All right?
Yeah.
It's
Chinese
Star Wars
restaurants and movie theaters.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, you know it. And here's the thing. I've also read a couple articles where they're saying that the drop off is going to be because of the Greatest Showman with
that movie's going to beat Star Wars.
Here's the thing with Hugh Jackman, and Jumanji is going to also affect the box office. I'm like, really? Those two movies you pick as like the contenders for Star Wars. Fuck you.
If The Rock beats Star Wars single-handedly, God damn it. He beat John Cena once, and I was proud. Right. And now he's going to beat The Last Jedi. The Rock is truly the world's greatest superhero if he can beat Star Wars.
I would say
he is the people's champion in the theaters as well.
Yeah.
I would say that that's probably not why The Last Jedi is going to have a huge drop-off. I think it's got more to do with the fact the movies is entertaining as like cancer. So that's why. I don't know,
50-50 was pretty decent.
Well, I have never watched that one, but I'm going to go out on a limb and predict that it's not going to take a beating because of the other dynamic movies up against it this weekend. It's got more to do with the fact that the movie just sucks.
Yeah.
And what's going to be
that are fans. I was going to say, and the people that are fans, we like us type of fans, we saw it once, we're done. The people that were probably the casuals aren't going to see it 6 times like they did The Force Awakens. They're going to see it maybe twice. And
I say this has the least rewatchability of any Star Wars flick.
Definitely.
I mean, like, I disagree. I think if I drank a lot and laughed at it and just made it a shitty movie, I'd be able to watch it at least one more time.
Well,
we're going to
watch Patreon. It's not as bad as The Force Awakens. Like, I mean, the Force Awakens, literally, I don't have to ever see that movie again. This one, I can.
Just that sentence got me.
I can watch this one maybe 1 or 2 more times. It's just for me. It's more of the backlash that's hilarious. So the Force Awakens, everything was horrible with the Force Awakens. I mean, giant plot holes that you could park a fucking Star Destroyer in. This one is just the relentless optimism of the fan base that refused to acknowledge that they just watched a 50-50 movie. That's the funniest part for me.
Dude, don't lie. You know the reason why you want to watch this movie again is for those walrus teats.
Hey, they were full of juice, baby. Full of juice.
Yeah, they were long, loose, and full of juice.
They help me sleep at night.
Oh, God.
Blue milk. It's what's for dinner.
Milk.
Also, he only did that once in the movie. He's like, apparently that was like his one morning ritual. Like he does that once a week. Like walrus milk once a week. That's all I can take.
Oh, man, I can't wait to grab me some alien tit.
Yeah, and anymore, and my eyes and ears bleed. I can't do it.
Hey, I have a question that no one's brought up. Has Luke Skywalker ever been laid?
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Not
the movie Luke Skywalker that we saw. I think he was still a virgin.
Yeah,
It would explain the anger.
Hey, that alien, that wasn't just the familiar touch of someone getting something to drink. That was the familiar touch of someone who's diddled their digits inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been alien strange, but it was strange nonetheless.
I mean, you got to give it. I mean, look at it this way. This guy's been isolated for years. He's a middle-aged man. He's a virgin. He's sexually frustrated. And the first woman that he sees that is the same being as his has the fucking physique of a 10-year-old. I would be pissed too. Like what? You couldn't send me a chick with big titties?
Hell, the girl from Jabba the Hutt's Palace had 6 of them.
Yeah. Even that.
Yeah, what was her name?
Yarna.
Yarna. That's her name. Yarna something. Yeah, send her. She survived this Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, she shows up. It's like, you know what? She's green. She's got those weird long tendril things. But hey, that might be kinky. Let's fucking go for it.
Hey, Twi'leks are fun as fuck.
Ula's dead. She got eaten by the Rancor.
Oh yeah. Her ass is gone. She's out in the wilderness too. She ain't coming back. But the rest of them, he got him a little Twi'lek. He was like, "Girl, I'm the fucking hero of the rebellion, baby. Come on, put them tendrils in my face, tickle my balls with."
I think that's what I would have done after I beat Darth Vader, is picked up some chick on Endor, like, hey, you're a female rebel pilot up there. I destroyed the first Death Star, and then they'll be putty in your hands. And then Luke Skywalker has like 17 children across the galaxy.
Where's that Jerry Springer show?
Yeah.
He decides
like, I'm not even alive anymore. I'm a ghost.
He's like, hey, baby, I'm going to lay you down by that big fire over there. Ooh, that big fire. Yeah, it's my dad. And he just fucking puts the wood to her.
Oh my god.
Obi-Wan's watching. He's like, I'm very proud of you, boy.
Use the Force, Luke.
He's like,
let go of your anger and act on instinct.
Yeah. There you will go and come on her, like your father before you.
The Dagobah system means anal in Star Wars, so that's what Yoda's teaching him about.
Yoda shows up. Come in her, you won't. Childbirth you do not have.
Wait, hold on, Yoda. You said him sterile? What's going on here?
No, he's just telling her to pull. He's just telling him to pull out of the.
I
was like, what happens every time it's because he's lightsaber too much? Is this making me sterile? What's going on here, goddammit?
Listen, that's what Yoda should have been talking about when he randomly shows up in the goddamn movie. It's like, dude, Luke, I can't wait for you to kill yourself, man.
No.
The spirit realm, so much pussy here.
And also, why did they find the fucking the puppet from Empire Strikes Back and put it in the fucking movie? They had the CG one they could have used from, fucking the prequels. They had used the goddamn puppet.
Because that doesn't fit with the narrative, Nick. It's practical effects, and I forgot whatever I said last week. Practical effects and something else. That's all, and real sets. That's how they sell these movies.
Oh god.
Yeah. Plus, I will
if
defend.
I'm gonna have to see Yoda randomly show up in the movie. I'm glad it was at least the puppet, because at least I can be like, he kind of looks funny.
That wasn't even the puppet from the original, though. That was a new puppet, because the other one deteriorated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would defend the old crotchety looking Yoda only because when he died he was old, and the Force ghosts that you see are what they look like. Obi-Wan's Force ghost was.
What about Anakin Skywalker's? Because he just becomes Hayden Christensen all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, that's bullshit, and I can't defend that. All I'm going to say is, look, motherfucker, they should have left it the way it was, but no, they had to go get that dick beater.
If you're going to watch Return of the Jedi, folks, I strongly suggest you watch the 97 version. Yeah, the Sarlacc pit's retarded, but there's no when Vader throws the Emperor over the thing, and there's no Yub Nub. And no matter how much you want to say the originals or the studio cuts, Yub Nub is a terrible song, and the one that replaced it is one of the best songs in all of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
And the Jabba's Palace thing, you don't have that weird fucking musical number with us all jazzed up.
The old one was awesome.
I know.
That was great. The music was better. This Jedi Rocks thing with that little furry dude that spits into the camera. Who cares? Stop jerking off on screen, George. We just want the old movies in super high res with some fixes. Fix the matte lines.
If George Lucas, this would be the time for him to hey, we're going to release the original cuts, because I think at this point in the Star Wars verse, it would be amazing money for him, because he'd have people like us that are just pissed and be like, hey, I'm gonna original trilogy, uncut the way it should be. We're gonna be like, fuck it, send him a check. I want those.
Yeah, dude, he would make bank. He'd make bank for sure.
It's like I need to have my faith restored in this franchise, because right now it's not good.
Yeah, if you release
for the rebellion.
Yeah, if you release the original cuts in 4K and Blu-ray, it would. Yeah, he'd mint money, man.
If he was involved with any of this, he would. But Kathleen Kennedy doesn't care about the old Star Wars. She only cares about the future. Well, Kathleen, here's one problem. The foundation of new Star Wars is dog shit. If little Dion and little Jeff would have saw The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi as kids, we wouldn't be Star Wars fans to this day, because there's nothing to believe in with those movies. They're fucking lame propaganda movies. They have no substance. The characters are legally retarded. There's nothing of any depth with these films. Like, you want to tout, the Kylo Ren and Rey relationship is so deep. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, Poe Dameron, such this rebellious hero. He's kind of dumb. He just stands around and does nothing. And when he does, he gets slapped.
And why was Finn marked as a hero in that movie? I'll never fucking know.
He got his spine severed, not like severed, but like cut up his back.
Yeah,
he's up raw. That movie takes place minutes after the last one.
Yeah, how is he? So he's a hero of the rebellion, motherfucker. What do you mean? You mean that he found the planet-sized weapon that the supposed rebellion fucking couldn't find and didn't know was
2 days
built?
before he was a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Less than a week before that, he was a stormtrooper. Yeah, you're right.
He went to bed Friday night a stormtrooper, woke up on Monday morning, and suddenly he's like the hero to the resistance.
Yeah, that's not how people's relationships work. Even when here's how this. Let's break it down with the original Star Wars. If it had the new Star Wars logic, as soon as Princess Leia would have been saved by Han, Luke, and Chewie, she would have been everybody's best friend. So when they're sitting on the Millennium Falcon talking, they're like, I'm so glad you saved me, blah, blah, blah. I'm so thankful. We're the best of friends now. I would die for you people, complete strangers. Thank you, friends of mine. No. They act like real people. It's like, Han Solo's like, I expect to be well paid. I don't fucking know you. Oh, okay. Well, your friend's a mercenary. I wonder if he cares about anyone or anything. It looks like I care because Luke's trying to get a piece. And Han's just like, what do you think of her? Blah, blah, blah. They acted like real people. That may be my biggest complaint with modern Star Wars. We're not watching a human drama in space. We're watching like perfectly crafted marketing techniques and tactics to sell you a product. Not, hey, let's make a good movie. It's, hey, let's make as much money as possible with as little effort as possible. And let's blame everyone else when it doesn't work. So Disney, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, please walk into that fire, first off. And secondly, stop trying to blame us. Where I didn't even rate your movie on Rotten Tomatoes because I don't give a shit. I don't have time for the Rotten Tomatoes score. What I do have time for is world-class bullshitters, which is,
the epitome of pop culture.
We are the epitome of pop culture. But when we make stuff, we have like the best intentions of making stuff. It's not like a calculated, hey, let's make money.
Yeah, and also all the videos that you put out are all just, you have the evidence there. It's all on the screen. It's all like you're just like, oh, they suck, and because I don't like them, they're just horrible. It's like, no, you have concrete reasoning why they're horrible, why they're bad, why they don't make sense.
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to like brag or anything like that, but it goes to show you what people want, because our numbers have been ridiculous. The video growth has been ridiculous. We've gained like 12 subscribers since we've been starting this recording, so that's awesome. It used to take a week to get 12 subscribers. Look at our last video, the Deflection Star Wars story, 45,000 views in 3 days. Last week's episode of World Class Bullshitters, the most listened to episode in history, 23,000 views. The Spoilers Part 2, 9.5 thousand, and Spoilers Part 1, 66,000. It has overtaken our Force Awakens review that got all of you people to this channel, the old school fans. So apparently we have to have our fingers on the pulse of what people want to hear about and talk about with Star Wars. And we're doing it with the best of intentions. It's how we honestly feel. And how I honestly feel, real quick as a side note, is some guy on the internet has tried to steal my Star Wars video, the one where I'm in the toy store. And he took my exact title and then just filmed his own video, and it only has 500 views, and like 3 people in the comment section have told him that he's ripped off me, and then I got there and I called him an asshole. So
nice.
We are really growing. People are starting to fucking rip off the videos. It's like, hey, I'm
an original bastard.
Yeah. And by the way, that video's jumped like 8,000 views in the last couple of days. So fuck yeah, thank you everybody. For as much as I'm pissed off about Star Wars, thanks to all you wonderful people. You have made all the fucking pain that we've suffered through in the last couple of months with Star Wars build up worth it. Thank you.
Yeah, but I have one problem. Can you guys please do something about the cooking pork video? Can we please get that viral? Come the fuck on.
Yeah, we were the first people to have a fucking how to cook a pork video. Even had it looking like a chicken, and I ate the fucking chicken. Like, just watch me cook a pork, please. There's guts and blood and fun and a blender, all kinds of crazy shit. Okay? It's more entertaining than The Last Jedi. It needs 1 million views by tomorrow.
Yeah, can we get some views on that? Because it's pinned everywhere, but nobody wants to watch it.
Yeah, I don't ever say like, hey, our videos are amazing, like you should watch it over anything else. But like that pork video is 2 minutes of just perfection. Just watch the goddamn show. Watch it once, twice. Share it. Tell everybody
3
you know.
times.
Yeah. Don't go see The Last Jedi in theaters 12 times, but make sure you dislike it. Watch the Porgs video once to know you love it.
And then watch it another 20 times.
Yeah.
And share it and share it with your friends and make them watch it too.
And children.
Children.
Kids, if you're in school and if there's a kid that's in school that's not Augs for President that listens to this show, when your teacher's not looking, screen share the Porgs Giving video in class. Let all your friends know that World Class Bullshitters is cool. Actually, no. I don't care if kids watch our show. They're kids. They don't have an attention span. Like, I don't give a shit.
That's a subscriber count, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, thanks.
World Class Bullshitters, popular amongst the demographic of 5 to 15.
Actually, I looked up our demographic. It's like 22 to 50.
Yeah.
We skew older. So we have people with a built-in attention span. That's why our shows are 2 hours long and, tons of people watch them. It's like, hey, I can sit through this. They're not Jake Paul or whatever his fucking name is, or Logan Paul.
Oh God, that motherfucker.
Dab on the haters, bro.
Did you hear about what happened to him recently?
Did he die?
No, unfortunately, not yet. No, apparently he ripped off a song from 2012 or something like that, like No Handlebars. He ripped off that song blatantly, and now the guy who made the song originally is suing him or going to sue him.
Good.
Damn. Good. Fuck those guys. God, fucking YouTube, man.
Yeah, I hope he takes him to court. Hopes he nails him to the fucking wall and gets him for everything he's worth. Like, just take all of his fucking money, take everything from him, make him be fucking homeless overnight. Like, just do it,
I concur.
Oh yeah.
Well, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about Star Wars? This turned into like a 40-minute segment on this fucking franchise. But like, listeners, this is our last episode of the year. I am not going to talk about, unless there's a big news story, I will not even think about
unless somebody involved dies and we're happy or sad about it. You won't hear anything from us.
Or the weekend drop is like 85%.
Yeah,
or if Mark Hamill goes off the rails and just completely shit talks the shit out of the movie.
Well, no, that's the other thing that people are saying. They're comparing him to Alec Guinness back in the day, and I was like, "There's a big difference." First of all,
and
there's
Nick, they use that same argument for Han Solo. Remember, the old character has to die because of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first film. Look, fans of Star Wars who know so little about the fucking movies, Alec Guinness died because he got tired of being in the fucking movie because he had nothing left to do. The movie wasn't written with him not dying. Like, the movie was written with Obi-Wan going back to Yavin and watching the battle from the ground. Alec Guinness suggested he died.
Yeah, and I mean, and even then, like, people are like, oh, he's old and crushing. The only reason he hates Star Wars now because that's the only thing he's known for. I'm like, that's one of the things he's known for. He's known more for I think nowadays more for Joker than Luke Skywalker.
Yes. And
even then, he knows the character and the lore and the whole thing so fucking well. For him to make any sort of comment on it gives it weight. Because he studied all that shit so long and knows the character so well that, of course, he's pissed off when they fuck up the story. He's not just some old crotch guy who's like, they should have made it this way. It's like, no, he knows his shit. He's like Christopher Reeves before he fucking died. Like, Christopher Reeves knew everything about Superman. He knew everything. And he was like a wealth of information for Superman. And he died too.
Well, the thing that pisses me off is just they're just like, well, because the point that he brings up makes a lot of sense. That is not who Luke Skywalker was. Even if something happened, he wouldn't have just been like, oh, I don't want to be a Jedi anymore. But people, their response is, oh well, Star Wars is maturing. Star Wars, it needs to mature with its audience. Wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me that Star Wars needs to mature? That's your argument. So maturing is just writing in characters out of the blue. Maturing is having your hero do things without explanation and without going through the journey called story development. That's maturing. Maturing wouldn't be to keep the characters and what they did earlier in this franchise and expanding on that instead of just killing them off. That's not maturing. It's like, listen to what you're fucking saying. Pay attention to what you're saying. This is not a mature franchise. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I love. Well, that's why because they keep saying the movies are meant for kids and they were pegged for kids and this and the other. Like, I don't think they were.
No.
A New Hope was not pegged for children whenever it was made. I'm pretty sure.
There was a decapitation that they cut out of the movie. I don't think that was intended for kids when they,
Yeah, they showed a fucking 2 burnt corpses.
Not just burnt, Dion, destroyed.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan chops off Ponda Baba's arm.
Yeah. And there's blood. Yeah, there's blood.
Yep.
And there's actual scary elements in it. Not like scary, but like when that probe droid comes in with Leia, like you don't know what's going on. Like,
yeah, she gets fucking tortured.
Yeah. Star Wars, look it. And here's one thing too, and this will be the final topic or the final point. Star Wars came out in an era where there was no PG-13. It was PG or R. Every James Bond movie up until 1989 was rated PG. Are they really geared towards kids because they happen to be rated PG? Not really. I don't think a little kid back in the 70s would have understood like why James Bond slept with one girl while the other one was in the closet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this whole Star Wars is for kids thing. Look at people. The toys came out after the movie came out, and it wasn't.
Oh God!
And it wasn't like.
But then
Lucas...
they'll tell you that it's maturing. Is it for kids or is it maturing? If you're defending this movie, you have to pick one. Is it for kids or is it maturing? You can't keep saying, it's for families. Well, then that's not a mature movie, is it? That's not a maturing movie. You're saying maturing, in the process of becoming mature for its audience. If it's for a family, it is not maturing. Okay, it's mature, then explain the shit that's wrong with it. You can't, because it's fucking dumb.
But it makes them feel happy, Dion. And that's all that matters. Logic, reasoning, out the window.
Yeah, blow does make me feel happy too, but I mean, I can't get them every day, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, once the movie's out and we're, world famous and Star Wars is dead, then you will.
Yeah. Yes, that'll be
on demand.
Yeah,
that'll be a good time.
Dustin will be dying to get back in on the podcast. Like, well, Dustin, that's the price you got to pay. And Nick will go, well, I have a dick, and that'll be it. That's all she wrote.
No.
He'd be willing to do it.
No.
I've never sucked off a Samoan before.
I'm glad we had the exact same thought, Kendo.
Yeah, well, we did bond quite substantially last weekend.
Yes, we did. No homo. Okay, so Nick, here's a news story, and then I guess. That's
I want to say one more thing on the subject. Last thing, I swear to God.
Sure.
Do not give The Last Jedi your money. Give it to Disaster Artist.
Oh God, yes, that movie is fantastic.
Watch that fucking movie. Go watch that fucking movie, and then after that, go buy The Room and watch that.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Once in theaters.
Give Tommy Wiseau and James Franco your fucking money. All right, they deserve it.
That's art, not Star Wars.
That's garbage. A good movie. It's It's a well-paced movie. It's a really good movie.
Nick, we're about to talk about our favorite films of the year within the next few minutes, and you'll hear about that from me. So.
I know.
All right, Nick, here's the one piece of news I wanted to bring up just for you. I told you yesterday, but the fans need to hear about it. So, Nick Castle is returning as Michael Myers, and folks are thinking, what's a Nick Castle and why should I care about Austin Powers movie? Well, first off, Michael Myers, the shape from the Halloween films, was originally played by Nick Castle, and they're bringing back the original actor. They're going to recreate the original mask. They brought back John Carpenter. They brought back Jamie Lee Curtis. John Carpenter's doing the music again. Simply put, instead of remaking Halloween, they're making a sequel true to how it used to be. So with Star Wars, they should have brought back, or George Lucas, if he had to make a sequel trilogy, he could have brought back all the elements and done it right. So that's all I wanted to bring up. If you want to recapture the magic of an old franchise of yesteryear, make sure you get the right people and have the right intentions of making a good film, not making merchandise sales.
Yeah, I mean, even hearing this is cool, but it's one of those things that's like drawing in fans and fanboys. It's like, oh, they're bringing the old guy. It's cool. Oh, Jimmy Lee Curtis there. It's just gonna be awesome. It's like, oh my God, John Carpenter. It's like you can have all these elements and you can still fuck it up. So I'm just like, I'm still very wary of everything. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Like, I hope it's good, but I can't.
Well, we already lived through the Rob Zombie movie, so it has to be better.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Those fucking 2.5 hour long goddamn music videos.
I would watch The Last Jedi over Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie. Dion, I'm going to make you listen to Rob Zombie while we're drunk this week.
Oh god.
I was just kidding. You don't have to really do that.
Well, no. Dracula.
Well, no. Dion, Jeff has to get you back for Beverly Hills Cop 3, and then the James Bond movie that he didn't like to watch.
Yeah, Die Another Day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That must have been a dream that Jeff had. That was a dream. That wasn't
A fever dream. It was all a dream.
Yep. It was all a dream.
I'm just saying there has to. I'm just saying everything has to be fair, okay?
If we still did outro music each week, a unique song, I would put Dracula by Rob Zombie as the end of this week's show. Just so if you ever listen to the podcast, you have to listen to that song. Like, fuck.
Oh my god. Jeez. All of his movies are fucking shit.
Yep. Rob Zombie is in one great movie, Airheads. And he plays himself.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. So I guess it's time to move on to the main topic for tonight, which isn't Star Wars, thankfully. It's the top 5 films of 2017. Now, instead of trying to do what we did a couple years ago when we had like 8 people on the show, where we each ranked our films 1 to 5, took points, all this other dumb shit, instead of trying to give you a general consensus of what world-class bullshitters like, each of us are going to give you our top 5 favorite films. Now, here's the fun part about all of this. In the comments section, you can tell us what your top 5 favorite films were and what you thought of ours. So, do you want me to start since I wrote a paragraph for each movie, or do you guys want to go?
You can go first.
Yeah, man. Roll with it.
No, I'll go.
Yeah.
Dion, if you would like to go, I'll go after you. I'm still reading my paragraph, so.
We'll go darkest to lightest.
There we go. Well, know that I'm third. Fair enough.
That's right, 'cause Nick would be second.
We'll fade to white.
True,
Let's do
true.
that.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Dion, you first.
All right. I'll go first. I just wanted to start with that I love cornbread. But
I really do.
So do I.
These are in no particular order, but
I'll make some for the Rumble.
My
Real quick, my mom offers to make cornbread a lot, and I tell her no because it's too black of a food to eat. So I actually think about eating cornbread like, I'm ashamed of how much I enjoy this fucking food. I really, it's the best of both worlds. It's sweet and it's bready, and you put butter on it. It's kind of salty and sweet. It was that umami flavor in your mouth, that mouthfeel. Marie,
when it's warm, when it's fresh.
Oh god, I can't.
Marie Callender's honey cornbread. God, listeners, that's the official food of world class bullshitters with some salted president butter.
Dude, I'm as white as they get, and I love cornbread, so that's there you go. It's safe to eat.
But fuck Cracker Barrel cornbread. That shit's gross.
Yeah, dry as shit. They don't know how to make cornbread.
No.
Well, now we got that out the way.
Cornbread.
So my list, again, no particular order. First one I came up with, John Wick 2. A true return to what action movies were about. This was a great way to start 2017, and people keep forgetting it. Well, they don't keep forgetting, but it was a fucking sequel. You had a sequel to the original, the first John Wick. You had the return of Keanu and Lawrence Fishburne in a movie together. The action scenes were phenomenal. The story was very simple. It made sense, yet it was still left you on your seat. You didn't know what was going to happen next. And the ending, the fucking ending, beautiful, especially for an action movie, a callback action movie. Beautiful fucking ending. God, I love the movie so much. Next one I had was Kong Skull Island. I fucking love the shit out of that movie, especially with all this crazy franchise building world bullshit. Especially for a monster movie. For it to be King Kong, it was so. And usually monster movies, it's hard to get into them because it's pretty much face value. You have a monster on the screen fucking shit up. You can't get a lot deeper than that. This one wasn't too deep enough. It didn't take itself too seriously, but it was just enough for character development, for Loki's character, for Samuel Jackson being Samuel Jackson, that you still cared that he wasn't Samuel fucking Jackson. I mean, you had the fucking John C. Reilly's part in the movie, especially the fact that the movie starts with end of World War II, and then when they get to the present day at the end of Vietnam, John C. Reilly is stuck on the island, and he's talking about his fucking Japanese friend that died, and he just wants to get back. Great movie. And then the final battle scene between the two monsters was great. It was fantastic, and a perfect open-ended ending to the film that led into a fucking monster universe. God damn, Kong Skull Island. Just talking about that movie again, I'm getting excited. Number 3, Baby Driver. Fucking.
God damn it! Are you reading the same fucking list I wrote?
I'm not. Have I hit 3 movies in your list?
Yes. Keep going though.
Shit.
I'll add something.
Well,
I
you got
paragraph,
so
it's gonna happen.
don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad. But Baby Driver, fucking a movie where they built the soundtrack over the events having in the movie. Number 1 is going to get me a hard on. Number 2, it's Kevin Spacey pre him being gay. He's great. He's a great bad guy. The fucking main character isn't annoying. He doesn't have a lot going on, but he has enough. He builds enough interest throughout the film. It keeps you enthralled. And then Jamie Foxx and John Hamm, goddamn near steal the entire fucking movie. Jamie Foxx is a crazy ass version of himself. John Hamm as a crazy version of John Hamm with a fucking Colombian girlfriend, or Colombian wife rather. Fucking phenomenal goddamn movie. And then the end of the movie. A great way to end it, even though it's a little bit sappy. I fucking love Baby Driver. 4th, I had Blade Runner 2049. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I was fucking worried as hell about it. Ryan Gosling, that motherfucker done won me over years ago, but he was phenomenal. The movie is probably visually my favorite movie of 2017. You have Harrison Ford come back. You know, they make callbacks, multiple references to Blade Runner. Even Jared Leto, who needed a goddamn boost in his career after fucking Suicide Squad, even he is interesting in this fucking movie. And then you have Ryan Gosling fucking stomach punch the shit out of a bitch out into the ocean. That shit, I laughed my ass off when I saw that. It was fantastic. And then again, the endings. That shit is so important. 2049, a great way to end the movie, a great little nugget in this little universe that didn't make a whole lot of money either time that it came out. I fucking loved Blade Runner. And then finally, this is no surprise. We were just talking about it. Fucking The Disaster Artist. If goddamn James Franco doesn't win a fucking Oscar, I'm gonna burn down Los Angeles, because the movie was hilarious. I forgot that it was goddamn James Franco. I was like, holy shit, did they really get Tommy Wiseau to be in this goddamn movie? Nope. It's James Franco, who smoked a lot of fucking weed and brought his A game. It was fucking hilarious. And even little Dave Franco. Dave, I'm proud of you, Dave. You were great. You were fucking great. I mean, they perfectly cast everyone, people you didn't even knew mattered, and how this crazy ass movie was made in real life. It was I couldn't stop laughing. I fucking love The Disaster Artist. And then quick shout out to a movie called Headshot. The dude that was in The Raid, he was in this new movie. It's an Indonesian action movie, fucking brutal as shit. There's one point where a bus full of people get fucking shot up. That's my honorable mention. That's my 5. God bless America.
All right, Nick, you're the next darkest. You're up.
All right. I'm okay. Once again, no order. I just wrote these out. All right, first one for me was Belko Experiment. Love that movie. It's something that I need to buy on Blu-ray and rewatch it. I rewatched it at a friend's house recently, and I was like, God damn, this is a good fucking movie. It's crazy as shit. If you see the trailer, you know it's kind of coming, but you really don't know what's coming. Plus, you have fucking Dr. Cox in there. He's a crazy ex-military guy who's very, very, very fucking predatory towards like one female in the office, and he's gonna either kill her or fuck her, or maybe both. I don't know. But at some point, he gets a gun, and everything goes to shit. And like people's heads are exploding. They're getting shot. They're getting cut up. Everything's like fucking crazy that's going on. It's gory for good reason, and it's just a good crazy ride for an hour and a half. I fucking loved it. Another one is Happy Death Day. I am a huge fan of Groundhog Day. Love that movie every time it's on TBS, TNT, or even when I watch it home alone. I love that movie so much. And this was the horror version of that. And it was fucking hilarious. It was good. It was awesome. I'm so glad it did so well in theaters. I'm so glad it came out. It was just a lot of fun. Also, another one that I think we all picked is Baby Driver. Good fucking movie. Filmed where I live here in Atlanta, Georgia, and the soundtrack is good. I mean, hell, he had multiple fucking old ass iPods to listen to all kinds of shit on. He had them for different reasons. Like he was making his own music and everything. Like it was just a very beautiful movie, very well shot movie, very well put together movie, and a complete movie. We do not need a part 2. We do not want a part 2. Just let it be. It's fine the way it is. Another one, Disaster Artist. And the thing is that like we've all seen The Room. Some of us have read the book. We kind of know the backstory better than others. So watching this, like you really, really know the backstory a little bit better after watching this and seeing what kind of happened and how everything went through. But yeah, all the cameos you saw in that movie were fucking hilarious in that fact. Also, it was just a really good friend story about two guys who wanted to make it big, who wanted to do what their passion was, and wanted to go to Hollywood and be something. And they put everything on the line to do that, even their own friendship, to get to where they wanted to be. And yeah, it may have taken 15 years, but they finally got there. Also, last one, personal favorite. It wasn't in theaters, but I'm fucking putting it on my list. Psych the movie. Love that goddamn show so fucking much. Anybody who knows me knows I watch an episode before I go to work every fucking day. Every fucking day I watch an episode. So I know those guys. And the movie was fucking perfect. There were lots of callbacks to old episodes, lots of characters who came back, new characters who showed up. I loved it. It was great, and I can't wait for more to come out. But that's my list.
I watch Perfect Strangers every morning.
That's awesome.
No, I don't. Not at all. When I was in college, I used to watch Family Ties for 1 hour before class every day, but that's a whole nother story. So
but I'll sit here and like pop in the DVD or whatever, and like put on one episide. I was like, all right, I haven't seen that one yet. Like while I eat breakfast,
after you and I, when we're all like done filming Who Killed Phil and we're sitting counting our dollars, we should just count it to Psych. I feel like I'll get really into that show with you because I watched like clips of it on YouTube, and I'm like, why am I not watching the show? The one where they're in the fucking talent competition, he's singing Shout with Michael Jackson. That was incredible. Or when Kurt Smith from Tears for Fears shows up randomly, incredible. Like,
dude, I watched them this morning. It was their Clue episode, and Kurt Smith shows up. I was just like, fuck.
That's us in the future. Except we'll get a different actor to be our Kurt. Or we'll get Huey Lewis to be our Kurt Smith.
There we go.
Huey Lewis.
Yeah. And not the guy from Die Hard. All right, so my list, mine is in order, and Dion has read 4 of the 5 films, so I hope I have something new. And the funny thing is, Dion and I haven't seen any of these movies together, and I don't think we've ever discussed them outside of what we're talking about now. All right, so number 5 was Kong Skull Island. So I got 2 words for you: Godzilla crossover. And I wrote, I rarely go for the big, dumb spectacle films, but Kong was more than that. I wasn't worried about the subtext about man versus nature or the critique of the Vietnam War. What I was interested in was good characters and the foundation for something in the future. And I know it seems like a thin excuse, but I wrote this summary last, so I was kind of burnt out. Number 4 on my list was John Wick 2. A film where my expectations were incredibly low because action sequels rarely hit the way the originals do. John Wick 2 was incredible. It was fast-paced. It left me wanting more. And that ending, motherfucker, when he gets that phone call, and they're like, you got so much time. I'm like, holy shit, give me number 3 right now. I'll give you $30. Like, I got to see this movie. I rarely have that kind of excitement and feeling in a film. And it's not about, like, wanting just violence and action. I want logical story progression and good, interesting characters. John Wick is the best action hero of the new millennium. I like Iron Man, and I like all the superheroes, but they existed before that. For a character that exists solely in film, John Wick has not been topped in the last 17 years. I can't think of another action hero that is better. Comment section, tell me who you think is better. I can't think of one. John McClane's, shitty nowadays, so whatever. But I love this fucking movie. I bought it on Blu-ray. Like I said to Kendo off air, of my top 5 films, 3 of them are on Blu-ray. I own all 3 of them. And when the next 2 come out on Blu-ray, I'll be purchasing them because those are movies I just want to keep reliving. John Wick is just such a return to form for classic action movies. And growing up, that's the kind of shit I would watch. I wouldn't, watch the bloodiest of action films, but I saw T2 a bunch. I saw Die Hard 2 when I was little, whatever. But I love those. We need more shit like that. And people want more shit like that. It's not like these movies come out and they're flops. John Wick 1 and 2 are both huge hits, and there's a 3rd one coming out, and we'll be there opening night, and we'll be fucking cheering and chanting along, and it'll be nice and refreshing to be in a fucking theater without little kids and neckbeard nerds going, ooh, blah, blah, blah. People just don't understand the matriarchy. Fuck off, people. Let's talk about number 3 on my list. Now, the top 3 almost you're interchangeable. It honestly took me a while to figure out where I'm going to rank each one because at one point or another, each of these films was my favorite of the year, and then the other one came out, and then the other one came out. So it kind of switched around. So number 3 for me is Baby Driver. I've been an Edgar Wright fan since I saw Shaun of the Dead way back in 2005 on DVD. And I bought fully into Hot Fuzz, and I loved the show Space. But when I saw The World's End in 2013, I just said, fuck this, dude. I didn't like that movie. I get it, but it's not for me. So maybe I shouldn't say that fuck that movie, but it's like a coming of age story for old dudes. I'm not there in life. Maybe when I'm older, I'll appreciate it, but I just don't like any of the characters. I don't think that Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are as good as they are in the other films. There's that camaraderie isn't there. I know we're trying to subvert expectations and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm judging solely on what I'm watching on film, and I just did not have a good time. Now, let's fast forward to this year when I saw Baby Driver. Holy fuck, was it incredible. You guys have said everything there is to say about it. The soundtrack's incredible. John Hamm's incredible. John Bernthal, for the 4 minutes he's in the movie, was incredible. And Jamie Foxx's death was the happiest I've been in theaters all year. When that motherfucker got rammed into the forklift, and it went through his head or something in the car, I cheered. I was like, yes! I fucking hated his character. Such a piece of shit. You see that piece of shit get his just due. Fuck yeah, I left the theater so fucking happy because I hate Jamie Foxx in that movie. He's like the nicest dude probably in real life, but fuck him in that movie, and he's fucking dead. God damn it, Baby Driver was incredible. Edgar Wright, you're back in my on my good side if that matters anything. But still, I'm ready for your next movie. All right, number 2 is probably surprising. The Disaster Artist. So Dion and I have been friends since 2008. Way back in the year 2010, I discovered a little film called The Room when I was watching the Nostalgia Critic. I used to do dumb shit when I was younger. And I had our friend Tom torrent the movie for us, and we used to get together probably every week and watch the movie. And I'm not just talking me and Dion. It would be me, Dion, Hillary, Jake, Nicole, sometimes Haley. We'd make an event out of The Room every single week. Like, seriously.
Yep.
And that Halloween, Hillary dressed up as Tommy Wiseau and gave Dion a bunch of roses and kissed him. Like, you are my rose, and all this shit. Like, we were really into The Room that year. She got a fucking blazer, the wig. She looked just like Johnny in the flower scene.
It was great.
It was great. It was like, I'm not trying to act like we're these like old school Room fans, but we really kind of are. We've been into this shit for so long. We could quote the movie back and forth. Far before The Disaster Artist came out, we were going on about, hi, Mark, and Guerrero Street, and Hi, Doggy, and all that other dumb shit. It really is. It's one of the building blocks of our friendship, Dion. That, Black Dynamite, Star Wars, all these other things. But The Room has always been there. So when I heard that there was a book coming out, The Disaster Artist, I had to read it. And I did. I read the book on a flight to Vegas back in 2015, which is, maybe a year after it came out, so I didn't read it right away. And it honestly might be the best book I've ever read. I love Of Mice and Men, and this book I'm reading called Console War is incredible. And I've read other books that are great, but The Disaster Artist humanized Tommy Wiseau. I always thought he was this like eccentric asshole, but when you read the book, that's why this movie's number 2 on this, because the book is so much better than the movie. The book goes into detail about who Tommy Wiseau is. It's not really about it's about the friendship between Greg and Tommy, but it tells so much more. It tells about how Greg got work in a Puppet Master movie, and how Tommy Wiseau is from Eastern Europe, and he came to America and lived in New Orleans with an aunt and uncle, and the aunt hated him. He was in a bad car wreck, all this shit. Like, it tells about his life. For everyone that says he's this space alien and all this other crazy shit, he was a mob member, or where did he get his money from? The book explains it all. Like, Fashion Street USA was his business, and he owns properties. And Tommy Wiseau really worked hard. And, if you read the book, it's kind of like the Great American Success Story. Yeah, The Room's a joke, and it didn't turn out the way anybody dreamed it would. But realistically, that guy came from nothing, and look where it is now. I mean, the Disaster Artist could win an Oscar. Tommy Wiseau kept that movie, The Room, in theaters for 2 weeks so it could be up for Oscar contention. So maybe his work won't get an Oscar, but work based on his work will. And that's cool. That's almost more impressive than him winning an Oscar itself. Like, his story is so great compared to the story he could make. And the Disaster Artist, everyone was great except Dave Franco. Fuck Dave Franco. I think he's an okay actor. He is too little to play Greg Sestero. I know what Greg Sestero looks like. Kendo could pull
I
it
stood
off
next
better.
to him.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it bothered the wigs and the superficial stuff bothered me. It's not the reason it's number 2 on my list, but there are things that I would ding the disaster artist for. Same things I would ding a movie like Watchmen for. Like, the presentation's just not all there. And certain times, actors aren't playing roles, they're playing themselves. And I don't know, that bothered me. But let's talk about the best movie of the year for me, It.
Yes.
So when I heard it was being remade, I kind of said, fuck this movie, and went off and didn't give a shit about it. Then I saw the first image of Pennywise, and I said, fuck this movie, and I went on about my day and didn't even think about it. But then I heard it was going to be rated R, and I thought, this might not suck. So then the trailer came out, and I was hooked. It is a rare occasion where, like, the movie itself makes me want to consume every other type of thing like it. I wanted to go back and rewatch the old 90s miniseries. I wanted to read the book. I wanted to watch other Stephen King movies. It was a return to form for me. See, I like 80s, this 80s nostalgia way is fine with me, but there's 2 ways to capture 80s nostalgia, a right way and a wrong way. The wrong way is to just make shit that's a constant callback to the 80s. And to me, the right way is to make a film the way it was made in the 80s with those sensibilities and setting it in that time frame. That way you get a true to form film. I may be, going out on a limb here, but I feel like that film, It, could have come out in the 80s and fit with every other film. There was nothing jarring or different about it. Characters acted the way they did in 80s films. This wasn't about 2017 politics. There was no SJW undertones. It was just a good, pure story about kids fighting against this evil clown creature. And it was fucking bloody, and it wasn't super scary, but it had its tense moments. It was visually stunning. I loved everything about it. 5 out of 5. It's my favorite movie of the year. It's my favorite movie I've seen in many years. And I will drop whatever it is, $24.99 for the Blu-ray. I'm not going to wait for Black Friday. I got to see it again. That movie was so good. I just want to tell everyone about it. Movie of the year.
That's great.
You forgot about it? Oh.
Well, I didn't forget about it, but I was just I forgot to mention it, and I was just like, fuck.
Well, real quick,
no,
you said mentions. I'd like to give a quick honorable mention to Logan. Logan didn't make my top 5, but Logan was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Kendo, you're up.
Jack.
All right, I did not watch as many 2017 movies as I thought I did, but I've watched enough to make a list.
All right,
so at number 5, Wonder Woman, because I enjoyed it. I did the commentary with Jeff, and if you listen to the commentary, you're going to hear me having a pretty good time watching this movie. I really enjoyed watching Wonder Woman. It dragged a little bit in spots, but overall it was just kind of fun, and just like some of the quirky things about how this chick is isolated from everything, and then she goes and sees the real world, and like just how excited she gets by the simplest things like vanilla ice cream. And plus Gal Gadot, she looks super ripped, and you could tell her workout regimen was amazing.
Oh yeah, Gal Gadot.
Yeah. So if I had seen Logan or Baby Driver, which I have not, but that's on the list for me to do next week on vacation, those would probably supplant it. But I haven't, so I got to work with what I got here. Number 4 is Kong Skull Island. I love monster movies, I really do. And when I saw that there was going to be a Kong movie coming out, I was hesitant. I'm like, dude, if it's like that Peter Jackoff movie from 2005, I'm not going to be happy. Because I fucking hated that movie.
Killed the beast.
I just really did not like it. I'm not a fan of Jack Black. I know a lot of people love him. I think he's just a fat, annoying asshole.
I'm with you on that.
Thank you. And it was like way too long. So I did not like it. But then I listened to the review of World Class Bullshitters about Kong Skull Island. I remember it. It popped. I'm like, cool. I got some things to do here before I go to bed. I'm going to listen to this. And they were excited. So then I was excited. And then me and Scotty watched it on this nice movie website he's got about movies that are still in the theater. So we watched it and we loved it. It was great. And I made sure on Black Friday I got that Blu-ray because I'm going to watch it again next week on vacation. Number 3, The Disaster Artist. 3, 2, and 1 can easily be interchangeable on my list because, like Jeff said, they've all been number 1 at a time. I'm sure that within time, The Disaster Artist could supplant number 2, but as of right now, only seen it the one time. It's number 3. I love The Room. I've been a fan of this movie for almost a decade when I first saw it, and Watched it not knowing what it was. My friend gave me a copy. He's like, you have to see this. I took it home. I watched it. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? This is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. And I reported back to him the next day. He's like, dude, you watched it last night? I'm like, what the fuck was that, man? That movie was awful. It was retarded. It was stupid. None of this shit made sense.
I'm putting it on right now.
Yeah, and he's like, dude, no. We'll hang out this weekend. We'll get drunk and we'll watch this movie, and I'll explain to you why it's so great. And we did, and I was hooked. And I've watched it probably about 30 times since then. I've seen it in theaters with Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero there doing Q&As, without them, throwing spoons, screaming shit out at the screen, just having the fun-ass fan experience. And then when I saw that this book was coming out, I had it pre-ordered. I got it the day of release, read it over the weekend, thought it was amazing. And then a week later, I saw a news article that said James Franco loves this book. He's a fan of The Room, and he is going to make a movie based on this book. And I was stoked. I didn't know I was going to have to wait 4 years, but then I found out why I had to wait 4 years, because they pretty much reshot the entire Room, starring James Franco and the other characters that they had playing the characters in the movie. If you've watched the movie, you'll see the end credit scene where they just line everything up side by side, showing you how they pretty much did everything and reshot the entire movie. It was fun. I probably will go see it again next week because I feel like I have to and I want to. And once that day it comes out on Blu-ray, I hope there is a super fancy edition with like a 12-inch Tommy Wiseau action figure or something like that for $50 because I will buy it. And I really, really fucking hope it wins an Oscar or a Golden Globe. Although it is up against that smash breakout comedy Get Out, apparently, in the comedy and musical category.
Jesus Christ. Anything to give that movie an award.
No. Number 2, John Wick 2. I loved it. It was... there's not much I can say about it that hasn't already been said. I had not seen either John Wick, and over the summer, I Redboxed both of them because I knew a lot of people that liked them, and I realized how behind the times I was when I was watching the first John Wick, and I messaged my dad and said, have you seen John Wick? Because I'm thinking, dude, my dad would love this. There's a lot of people getting shot, and he enjoys that. And he's like, all I got back was fucking badass. All right, it's got the Father Slice seal of approval. Powered through it, and then I immediately put the second one in because I had to see it. And as soon as the second one's over, I messaged my dad back, watched part 2, fucking badass. And I was jonesing for 3 right then and there. I was like, I have to see what happens when he's walking away and all these people's phones are going off and him and the dog start running. It's like, oh, damn. I can only imagine the violence of part 3. 2 was more violent than the first one, but not in a shitty way. Websites had dedicated themselves to a body count in ways of where they even charted how John Wick killed people categorically. Firearms, hand-to-hand, blunt objects, all this stuff.
Pencils.
Even pencils. Yeah, even pencils. So I'm like, so the body count for the third one's going to be higher and probably even more creative and fun. I can't wait. And my number 1 movie of the year, It. Well, I enjoyed the 90s campy ass thing. It was fun for what it was. I remember growing up and everyone's like, this is the scariest movie ever. And I watched it, I'm like, how is this fucking scary? It's just a dickhead in a clown costume. And, I have no inherent fear of clowns, so I was never afraid of it. And then when I saw that they were remaking it, I was just like, typical fucking Hollywood's out of ideas. They got to remake new shit. And then, like Jeff said, I saw that it was rated R. And I saw the stills of Bill Skarsgård. I'm like, oh, I'm in. I am in. I am in. I am in. I did not see it the day it came out, but I got reported back to by Nick and Jeff about how amazing this was. So I beelined it to the movie theater the next day, watched it, and immediately wanted to watch it again. I called my friend Brandon on the phone. I was like, dude, what are you doing Saturday? I was like, we're going to see it. And we went and saw it. It was great, and I wanted to see it again. I've been desperate. Once a week, I've been checking to see when the Blu-ray was coming out, and I found out a couple weeks ago when it was coming out, and I'm on pins and needles to get it. So that is my top movies of the year. Oh, and The Last Jedi. Wait, no, that's the wrong list. That was my shitty movies of the year list.
I almost hate to say it. It's like, I'm sorry, listeners, that our lists were so similar, but I think we saw some great movies this year. 2017, maybe there was a lot of garbage. Like, we'll talk about the worst ones in a moment, but for as much garbage as there were a lot of golden flicks this year.
Yeah, definitely.
And there were even like in this year's superhero movies, I thought they were ranged from solid to pretty goddamn great. I mean, Spider-Man: Homecoming was pretty good. Wonder Woman was really good. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was my favorite superhero movie of the year. And I didn't hate Justice League, and I really liked Kingsman. Oh yeah, and Thor came out.
Yep.
Thor.
Yeah.
I don't know where I rank Thor.
and also
Or Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
And where? Nick?
And also Logan. But yeah, just so you guys know, the third John Wick is come. The target date is May 17th, 2019 for the third John Wick.
Oh, I can't wait that long.
If we had time travel, we would go to that date only, see the movie, then come back.
But see, here's the thing. This is the way that movie should be done. It's like, oh, we're going to take 2 years to make it, and we're going to make it good, and then we're going to release it like they should do, and then instead of making one every fucking year.
I know. And again, that's how you do it. That is how you do it.
That's how you make quality stuff.
At the same time, I can't fucking wait a year.
Oh, I know,
my
man,
God.
dude. I'm on pins and needles, man. I got to see John Wick. I had to see John Wick 3 before I finished John Wick 2.
That's such a good movie.
It is.
It always hurts that we have to live through all this other bullshit, and then there's like, oh, it's John Wick. I gotta say too, another honorable mention for me was War for the Planet of the Apes. I really liked that movie.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that was so good. I'm really like I'm a huge fan of that whole franchise, and I'm really glad that these movies that have come out recently from the have been like on par and been just as fucking good. And people, I know a lot of people who are like, even more diehard fans are just like, no, these aren't part of the canon. They're not. That's like, fuck you. They're really fucking good.
Yeah,
they're
awesome.
made. They're made properly. They're made in the realm of the franchise. Like it's fuck. They're really fucking good. I know you were hurt by what's that crazy asshole's name, Tim Burton. I know you're hurt by him, but trust me, these will be okay. These are good. These are not Tim Burton. You'll be fine.
Outside of the original, the 3 that came out recently are the best ones.
Oh god, yeah, dude.
No, agreed. Agreed. It definitely goes original than these 3.
Yeah, because you can't top the twist at the end. No. Or the part where Charlton Heston goes, "You cut out his brain, you damn dirty," when he runs up the stairs, and then they throw the fucking net on. It's like, he just rolls down.
And he's in the fucking net, and then oh my god, see, that's the thing, man. We don't get that anymore. And fucking Planet of the Apes, the new ones. A nice callback, yeah. It's a rehashing of a existing franchise, but goddamn, it is such a great goddamn job.
They do.
Fucking Woody Harrelson, fucking him shaving his head with a straight range. Oh my god, he's awesome in that movie.
He's so fucking good. But no, I do have the original ones in that nice like book kind of Blu-ray pack that came out a couple years ago, and I will watch them every now and again. They are dated as fuck, but I love the shit out of them.
Oh, they're so campy. They're brilliant though.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're brilliant. I love how fucking campy they are. Fucking cats and dogs died. What the fuck?
Maybe
a virus that killed only cats and dogs.
Only cats and dogs.
Well, maybe in 2018 we do every Planet of the Apes for the Patreon.
Oh, ooh, okay, deal.
Ooh.
We'll do all the originals, and then we'll do the new trilogy, and just for the hell of it. That'll just give us something for Patreon.
I love it.
And we'll space it out, too, for the people that don't maybe enjoy Planet of the Apes. They don't have to sit through, 8 straight weeks of Patreon content. I'll be like, hey, maybe it'll be Patreon extras, Right. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's good.
We'll get together 3 times next year, and we'll try to watch 2 or 3 movies in one sitting, and I'll edit that all together, and, we'll have tons of Patreon content. Next year, for everyone that's a patron, we're going to not double it. We're not going to try to make some crazy statement, but we're going to give you more shit throughout the year. So it's going to definitely be worth the 17 cents a day.
And also, if you have requests, goddammit, send us messages so we can fulfill those requests, okay?
Yeah, seriously. You people get so much more than just, the satisfaction of helping us grow. You guys can be on commentaries. You can suggest movies. Everything that you would want us to talk about, we'll cover. I mean, if it's entertainment related, I don't care about.
We've already got a couple lined up.
Yeah, our good friend Justin Beck.
Yeah, he's going to make us suffer through the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
But he's going to join us, so.
But yeah, he's going to be on there with us. So, people, that's what you get at the Patreon level. What is it, $10 and up? Or
$10 and up. Look, I'm on Patreon right now. I got the questions pulled up for tonight's show.
Well, yeah, folks, that's what you get at those levels of the Patreon. Because it says, appear on a select, commentary. You select the commentary. You could message us to say, I want to watch Showgirls and do a commentary with you guys.
We'll
fucking do it. We don't want to, but we will.
Yeah, that's at the $15 and up level. Like, you can suggest it.
Just
And even at the $10 level,
$15.
you get, like, you know, a topic of your choice to be discussed each month and stuff like that. So people that want questions answered and, like, specific things like that, Patreon, you can help guide the flow of world-class bullshitters.
Yeah. You know, we've got a couple, and then Brian Lape, we're going to do one of my favorite movies of all time. This is Spinal Tap with Brian Lape.
This is Anal Tap.
Yeah, for him it's Anal Tap, but
every night of the week.
Yeah, that man is very anus. I hung out with him last weekend. The anus radiated off of his body.
So, real quick, while we're talking about things that are anus, let's talk about the worst movies of this year. It's got to be It Comes at Night.
Jedi.
Oh,
I don't know. Mummy was so bad. Mummy was so fucking. Oh my
god. Oh god. I had such high hopes for it. Unfortunately, like I do kind of love Mummy because it is shit. Like it is complete dog shit, but I do kind of love it, and I probably will like buy the discounted dollar bin like version of it when it happens. But like I had high hopes for it, and it was like if you took Tom Cruise out and put somebody else in, you would have been fine. He was too much for that whole franchise and that whole series.
Well, it's just Tom Cruise running around being an asshole.
Yeah,
like what the fuck? And then it's not Charlie Day running and screaming as a fucking zombie. And I was like, this is the first in a franchise. What the fuck were you thinking?
And also, like, I remember reading articles that said that like basically Tom Cruise was he was the one who dictated everything. Like he overturned the director, and like he was just like doing everything. It's like,
was he jumping up and down on a couch?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a writer in his.
I love Universal. I love Universal.
I'm not gay.
Yeah, because I mean, like it apparently, like he was like King Dick on set, and like even the director was like, "Fuck it, he's director now. I'm just getting a paycheck, whatever." Like it was a shit show, but I was like, I'll probably end up buying that movie just because it was pretty shitty.
I would like to get into a physical fight with Tom Cruise. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
You would tower over him. Hell, I tower over Tom Cruise. I'm only 6 feet tall.
I think I could. I mean, I don't want to hurt Tom Cruise.
But you will.
Well, if I have to. No, I just think it would be hilarious if Tom Cruise like actually tried to start a fight with me. And like, dude, look, you're not.
He would just channel Xenu and you'd be fucked.
I'd be like that dead whale on the moon at the episode of South Park.
Yeah, dude, he would just rape you with thetans, man.
Alex P. Thetan.
Yeah,
I want a T-shirt that says that. No one will ever get that joke.
Oh God, no. What'll happen is a bunch of the Scientology fucks will just start following you around with cameras. They're like, "Hey Jeff, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jeff? What are you doing? What's going on, Jeff?"
Like, hey man.
Yeah.
What your name? Are you Jeff Hicks? Yeah. Hey man. Hey, what are you doing, man?
I'm an all-star.
Hey, are you Jeff? Are you Jeff? And then just like Tom Cruise with long hair and the mask from Vanilla Sky just kind of comes around the corner, and you're just like,
"That's him,
Tom, why do you have that
beat
fucking mask on? Take off the goddamn mask, Tom."
Just come out of the Tom. If Tom Cruise, please just come out of the closet. Stop hiding in there with John Travolta and R. Kelly.
Yeah, follow Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for those allegations to come up about Tom Cruise and John Travolta.
Shit, they did. The motherfuckers who made him just disappeared because
they raped each other.
That's true. God. Ugh.
And that Medea movie was bad too. I'm gonna throw that out there.
No, I do love our review of It Comes at Night because we had to fucking call D. So bad it was.
There's someone that was a fan of the channel.
No, like just like the friendly worry in his voice. It was fucking hilarious, so much. I think that's my favorite like thing we did this year was a review for that. Just because like Dion's like, are you guys okay? It's like, yeah, dude, we just saw a shitty movie. Wanted to share it with you.
It was the fucking worst.
Dude, as a fan of the channel, the suffering you guys went through. And that review, it was good entertainment on a Saturday afternoon.
I'm glad we entertained you.
Because it popped. I'm like, It Comes at Night. I've never even fucking heard of this movie. Huh? I wonder what it is.
Was
and the worst movie ever. I'm like, okay,
I'll take the bullet for that entirely. I was just like, hey Jeff, it's a horror movie. Let's go check it out. And we both come out of it. We're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Nothing. That's what happened. Nothing.
Yeah. It was like an hour and a half. It was like almost. I think it was like 2 hours of nothing. I was like, the fuck is this?
We did have that pretentious channel I don't even remember. Not I Hate Everything. That guy's all right. But there was some channel that the guy like commented on, and then all of his fucking drones came over and trolled our video. But it got us a bunch of new subscribers and video views. So thanks, dude. That was this was a year of so many successes. It was just like little step. Holy shit, we just leaped over this. Like right now, we're in the fucking leap. We're like the bar talk phase right now. It's awesome.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, that like, oh man, fuck that.
That was fun.
That was the worst. That was the worst movie of the year for me. Yeah, I hate Star Wars: The Last Jedi. If it's like you're in a room, it's either get your dick cut off or watch one of these two films. It's Star Wars. It's fucking Star Wars. I'll sit through it again. I want my dick, and I won't watch It Comes at Night. That's so boring. It is so fucking boring. There's no human drama or the element that people are saying, oh, man is truly the evil one and man's the monster. I get that shit. It just wasn't entertaining or well thought out. It was very stupid and boring and plain and banal. And I will never, ever, ever watch it again. Fuck you, Joel Edgerton. And who else was in that piece of shit? Anyone else? Don't talk to me. Don't.
Riley Kay, Christopher Abbott, Carmen
Electra.
Ego or whatever her name is. I can't pronounce names right now. I don't care. It was man.
It was hot shit. A hot steaming pile of cinematic waste.
On
don't
fire.
ever watch it. It was somehow worse than Blair Witch.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was thinking about how dumb that movie was too. But 2017 is over essentially. I'm not going to a movie anymore. And I'm happy with that top 5 list. Phenomenal year for our top 5s. All Blu-ray worthy purchases, films that we'll come to love even more in the coming years. 2016 didn't have that. Like I liked Civil War, and that was about it.
Yeah, there weren't. I don't think there were that many good movies that were worthy of buying and owning and like rewatching. So
yeah, I'm looking at the films I saw in 2016. It's like, hey, you saw Jack Reacher 2, Blair Witch. Hardcore Henry, Batman v Superman, 999. Okay, Deadpool was good. But Hail Caesar was bullshit. The Hateful Eight was bullshit. The Big Short was okay.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I'm just looking at I guess some of these tickets didn't register on
Hardcore Henry was fucking awesome. I bought that.
I loved Hardcore Henry. That was probably one of the best movies I ever saw on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what movies. No. I saw Daredevil on Valentine's Day. I like Daredevil more. Yeah, Dion, I said it.
Damn. What the fuck?
You didn't watch 50 Shades Darker or whatever. What the fuck it's called?
I'm not a weird loser in the theater that's going to jerk off by himself, and I don't have a girlfriend. And if I did currently, we wouldn't see that movie.
You'd watch Back to the Future like two grown ass adults.
Yeah, or we'd sit and watch it, and she'd be, oh, that kid from Stranger Things is in this. I'm like, yeah, but there are other kids to watch. I don't need to get into hypothetical arguments I'd probably have with a girlfriend right now. That's neither here nor there. Those are 2018 problems, okay? 2018 problems.
Well, back to the 2017 worst movies. I've gotten it on good authority from several people I know that Mother is just an abomination of horrible cinema. And the fact that Dustin picked it as movie of the year, I have to assume it's probably fucking terrible. I will sit through it next week. I'm planning on going to the movie store probably on Tuesday and loading up on movies just to chill and like watch all the stuff I've missed. I'm going to suffer through that because I want to be able to shit on it. I don't feel I'm allowed to since I haven't seen it, but I'm going to watch it. That way I can say, yep, this movie is fucking terrible. I feel like
Mother is an exception because remember, it just came out like up 2 months ago and it's already on video.
Is it really?
Oh my God.
Oh shit. Yeah. I had no clue. That's a failure.
Yeah, that's how that gives you enough information. That whenever a movie comes on video and Blu-ray really fast,
trying to recoup the fucking losses.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've cut ties. Said we fucked up. We need to try to get as much back as we can now and just move on.
Yeah, the release date was September 15th. So yeah, they're trying to get everything back as quickly as they can. It ain't gonna happen. Nobody's gonna go out and like purchase that movie. It's not gonna fucking happen.
So I've got a mini list of things to go get that I missed. Listeners in the comment section, you can go ahead and suggest things. that I may have not caught this year that you think I should either, watch and enjoy or fucking want to punch myself in the scrotum because it's so horrible. And I'll do it because, like I said, next week to me is like vacation time. It's fix up Camp Kendo by day, do whatever the fuck at night, and I'm just going to watch a bunch of movies.
I've come to the realization I don't like Darren Aronofsky, except for one film, The Wrestler. I think I would say that's Dustin's favorite director, though, next to Kubrick, because, they're both pretentious assholes. And Kubrick this guy, Darren Aronofsky, made a movie about Jackie Kennedy, so, whatever.
Yeah, he is very well known for being a big pretentious asshole. Like, that's all he does is pretentious bullshit. And
that explains things.
There will be a day when one of our movies opens against his, and we clearly beat him at the box office.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's like, hey, they made their college movie. Who's going to watch that? Highest grossing R-rated comedy of all time. It's like, well, I guess a lot of people watched it. Darren Aronofsky. What'd you make? A movie about a guy fucking a rabbit or something? Who cares? No one saw that movie. Like
Brown Bunny Part 2.
Yeah. Vincent Gallo is back. Chloe Sevigny needs a career.
She's going to suck 2 dicks.
She ain't the same time. And one of them's a tranny.
She's going to double barrel that shit.
Yeah, non-binary blowjobs. That's the future of cinema, according to...
Where the dick's real.
Yeah.
CGI dicks.
Hashtag the dicks were a lie.
The dicks are like emotions.
Oh. Hashtag were they real dicks?
Suck them both. Deep-throated, yeah.
All right, Kendra, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, let's get into something that's not weird. Let's do our fan questions. So first off, our good friend Justin Beck over on Patreon has a question for us. Best Christmas present or memories you can think of? Actually, we're going to answer 2 of Justin's questions because since this is the last episode of the year, 2 of them are very topical for the holidays. So first off, best Christmas present or memories you guys can think of? I can go real quick. Christmas 1993. Best Christmas ever. I was 5 years old. I call it the Power Rangers Christmas. Every Power Rangers toy of the actual characters, because I didn't want the bad guys, every Power Rangers toy you could possibly imagine, I got that Christmas. I have a single mom. She worked hard. As a kid, you don't realize these things, but looking back, I'm like, God damn, that had to be an expensive Christmas. I got, in one day, all 5 Power Rangers. The Green Ranger who came with the Dragon Zord, which was $80. I got Titanus, and I got the Megazord. And it turns out my mom bought me the wrong Megazord, the one that didn't transform. So right after Christmas, she took it to Toys R Us, and she bought me the right Megazord. And then, 2 weeks later, I got a Super Nintendo. So that is my favorite Christmas. It was just, you couldn't imagine how cool it was as a kid to get, oh, Santa Claus, I want this. I got everything and more that I thought I even wanted. So kudos to you, Mom. Christmas 1993, best Christmas ever. Followed up by Christmas 2002, where I got nothing but James Bond gifts.
Okay. I got a few. Christmas 88, I got a Nintendo. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I was 5. Christmas 1990, I got a gun. That was pretty cool. Father Slice got me a shotgun. Christmas 93, I really wanted a Sega Genesis in the worst fucking way. I opened up all my gifts. I had a couple of Sega games and a controller, but no Sega Genesis. So
oh my God.
I tried not to sulk. I tried not to let it bother me. I was just kind of like, all right, whatever. So then I got up to go to my room to kind of pout, and Father Slice was acting a little fidgety behind the chair, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And as I walked by, he pushed the Sega out to where I trip over it, and I fell down and over the Sega, and I looked at it, and it was sitting right there. So they pulled the old Hucklebuck on me, and they got me good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then the next best Christmas ever was probably Christmas 2010, because I spent it in a foreign country by myself, just plowing through junk food and watching cool TV and being 4,000 miles away from family. It was awesome. There was no bitching. There was no fighting. It was just me being peaceful, getting drunk in a hotel room in Manchester, England. And I was happy as a pig and shit.
God damn.
Yeah, it was a good time. I'm like, you know what? This is a peaceful Christmas. I'm happy.
We never fight in my family at Christmas. It's just like, hey, everyone's here. Let's eat and go home.
It wasn't necessarily fighting. It was just somebody would do something to piss somebody off. It was no matter how little it is, somebody would get pissed or bent out of shape about something, and then the arguments would ensue. and things of that nature. I mean, the only other good Christmas memory I can think of was when I was like 5 and I ruined Santa Claus for all the people at my mom's side of the family because it was my uncle that would dress up like it. And I figured that out when I was like 5. He didn't come downstairs with the rest of us to do Santa Claus and gifts. So I was like, why is he never down here? And then I sat on his lap the one time, got my gift, and I was like, looked at him, I was like, Uncle Sonny? And he's like, oh, no. And I went and told everybody, and I got yelled at for that, except my dad. He's like, it was pretty quick of you to figure that one out. I'm like, well, I'm not retarded, Dad.
Okay, let's see. Mine was, I think it was 95. I got the Darth Vader helmet.
Nice.
The one that comes off in 2 parts of the Velcro on it. Like, I wanted that real fucking bad.
Did you polish that helmet?
Every day, bro.
It was expensive, so of course I did, Kendo. Jesus.
Well, you gotta make it shiny.
Of course I polish it every day. I spit polish it all the time, man. Come on.
There you go.
Come on, man. Come on.
Sometimes back.
And recently, I think it was, let's see, 2014, I got a bunch of Back to the Future stuff. I got the official board, the official hoverboard. I got the flux capacitor. I got the hat. I got little keychains over the shoes. Like, I really love that stuff. And man, it was amazing.
Can I interrupt the hat? Was it the hat from Back to the Future 2, that weird rainbowy neon thing?
Yes, it was.
Yes, awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
I had a lot of pretty good Christmases. 97 was when I got my AT-AT Walker. I got a little Luke Skywalker. I got the AT-AT Walker pilot. I got Chip from Small Soda. I got a lot of good presents that year.
Dion, I got all those. I got the AT-AT Walker that same year too.
I know, that's why I was thinking. I was like, I know
they
what
just become best friends.
Yep. So I know Jeff got the same thing. So, and I know I can tell how happy he was. I was fucking ecstatic as shit. I played with that for fucking months. 2001, I think it was. I got a bunch of Mac. I got 2 Max Steel toys with the fucking car. And then it came with a bunch of accessories, and then my mom got me a bunch of Matrix toys. It was all the main characters. It was Neo, Morpheus, Agent Smiths, all of them. I just remember too, she was so mad because she couldn't find their car from the beginning. But I was just like, Mom, it's still fucking awesome. And that was all in the same Christmas. Christmas 2014, and it was D2's first Christmas. We were at my mom's. We got, and every year for Christmas Eve, my mom would get us pajamas for Christmas, and I got Christmas pajamas. D2 got Christmas pajamas. Hillary got Christmas pajamas.
I have never seen you wear pajamas.
You will next
That's
week.
The only time I do is Christmas.
It's a demand.
My mom will get them. Yep.
Because they usually pass out drunken basketball shorts and an old Michigan State T-shirt. It's like, oh,
goddamn right.
Dion's ready to drink. He's got the gear on.
Those are his grown-up pajamas.
Oh, okay.
Them little grown-up ones. And then my mom would make jambalaya. She would do it every year, but 2014 was special because my kid and then my sister and her kid, and we were all having a good time. And I got absolutely shit-faced, and D2 was 1, and he wasn't 1.
He got shit-faced too, and all that.
Shit-faced off of milk.
They got drunk.
And then my mom got really pissed at me because I got drunk and I was eating the jambalaya before. I was standing over the pot with a spoon, drunkenly eating jambalaya. And then
the best way to do
it. Drunkenly put the Christmas tree up, and then I got really cool clothes. Because obviously when you're an adult and your parents give you clothes, you're like, fuck yeah. And she got me some really good, more clothes. That was a good year. That was a good one. So those are my 3 faves.
I didn't have a bad Christmas at all growing up. I was fortunate. It was just my mom and I, so she was always just, well, I'm lucky too. It's like, hey, if you need something, I'll buy it for you throughout the year. So when she always goes, every day's Christmas for you, I'm like, lucky me.
Too. Yeah. Good times.
All right, Dion. Well, what comes after Christmas? New Year's. And this next question from Justin Beck is only to us. So sorry, Nick. Sorry, Kendo.
Fine, I'll go get another beer.
What's your favorite New Year's party? Oh, God. New Year's 2014, which was right after that great Christmas of yours, was a good one where you run around in your short shorts and your socks. You looked like you had lederhosen on, and you're out in the field with fireworks.
Yeah, 2014 might be my favorite too. Yeah, 2014 is my favorite. That one was phenomenally fun. That was great. Last year was really fun too. That was a good one.
Last year's was like unexpectedly amazing.
Yeah.
Because your mom took D2, and I'll never forget, you and Hillary got into some like retarded argument. She's like, let's go. She wanted a bag, and you're like, no, you had your chance. I want to fucking drink with my friend. I just looked at you guys like, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, we were drinking. Like, Hillary made that really delicious meal, and she's like, all right, cocktails with dinner, and you and I had been pounding beers for hours. Like, listeners, you don't understand, like, if you took your average just dude off the street and you're like, hey, you're going to drink with Jeff and Dion, they might not survive the night.
No, hell no.
Because we only go hard like this 2 to 3 times a year.
Yep. And, God knows, I've barely survived.
Yeah, well, you're a Samoan, though. Yeah, and, if I ever make an impromptu visit, like when I came up to see Tears for Fears with you, we got pretty drunk.
Yep, that was fun.
Yeah, well, I've never had
that's my favorite one, because the other best part was that my mom, she kept Devin and D2, and she didn't even realize it was New Year's Eve. She just wanted to hang out with him, and we were like, cool, all right, you hang out with him. And the next day we went to breakfast, and she was like, I did not realize it was New Year's Day. And I was like, what? Seriously?
Yeah, didn't we go to that Mongolian barbecue place?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I fucking love BD's Mongolian.
Hey, Dion, what we should do is when I'm in Michigan, we should go and then live call Kendo and be like, hey, you can't have this right now.
Goddamn,
I can drive to Independence, Missouri 3.5 hours away and get one if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that.
You got to want it, man. If you want to have it, you got to want it. Okay, Justin Beck. So those are our favorite New Year's. I guess 2014 wins. I'm trying to think of all the years. 2013 was good. That was the year Dustin said about, on the kitchen floor.
Yep, that was a good one. We got really shit-faced.
Oh, God.
Our St. Patrick's Day parties were more legendary, but we've had more New Year's parties.
Oh, yeah. Well, what was it? Was it 2015 or 2012 when you ended up staying for like 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah, 2012.
Yeah, but then before you left, we had bacon night where we just made a shit ton of bacon and ate a bunch of bacon and watched Zorro, and that was when Antonio Banderas became a joke.
So many lived experiences, too.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm just having flashbacks. Yeah, every time's been great. Never a bad New Year's at Dion's. I'll tell you the reason why I go to New Year's at Dion's every year, because I was hanging out with Joel on New Year's one year, and Joel's like, hey, we'll go to this cigar bar, we'll have some drinks, we'll have a good time. It was fucking lame. Everyone was like 45 and up, so Joel wasn't even the oldest person there. And I get a call from Dion, and he's like, yeah, I got drunk and fell out a window and didn't wipe my pants or my ass. I'm like, what? So New Year's 2012 was the last New Year's I would spend here in Cincinnati. No matter where I go, no matter where this show takes us, Dion and I will always get annihilated on December 31st of every year.
Goddamn right. I might not have broken a window or shat myself, but goddamn it, I've come through.
I don't need to see you do either, but I do need you to get shit-faced with me and make other memories. Okay, this comes from Eric Ward, who's a good friend of the show. We all know that The Last Jedi was a gigantic pile of galactic shit. What do you think Disney could do to save the Episode 9 from being burdened with the same fate?
Shoot themselves in the head.
Let Tommy Wiseau be a Jedi.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Super violent.
No,
make it
let Tommy
R.
Wiseau just make the whole movie.
Greg Sestero as Luke Skywalker. I'll buy it.
Yeah,
dude. I know. If they fired J.J. Abrams and Tommy Wiseau makes Star Wars, it'd be like, oh god, it's happening.
Could you imagine a Tommy Wiseau
I would
movie?
be excited for it again,
dude. Could you imagine Tommy Wiseau with hundreds of millions of dollars to make a movie? Holy shit!
Oh my god, I would drive up to Ohio so fast. Be like, yeah, we're doing this. We're getting super drunk. We're watching this right now.
No, dude, we're coming to Atlanta to like one of those giant super theaters. And then we're gonna get everyone that you know, and Richard and Cassidy and the other girl and whoever else is involved. And we're just gonna get blackout drunk.
Brian will be down here too, I'm sure.
We get blackout drunk. Yeah, Lape will be super anus. Lape will be our DD. Well, even though he gets pretty drunk himself. He was drunk the other night. I got stories to tell you guys off air.
I'll need to be picked up from Jackson Airport.
There's Ubers. Well, you gotta understand, we're gonna pregame. Like, we kind of pre-gamed The Last Jedi by going to Hofbrauhaus. Like, Dion and I have pre-gamed. We pre-gamed The Dark Knight Rises. That was fucking awesome. God damn it.
That was so
incredible.
Jeff and I go shit-faced. Jake and Tom and Vance go fucking high.
Fuck Vance.
Fucking Vance.
Dude, I'll never forget. When I looked over at you at that movie, I'm like, if Batman dies, I don't think I can handle this right now. I said it to you. We thought he was dead. I was like, no.
You had this pure look on your face. You were like, dude, I don't think I can handle this. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. And then, of course, when Batman gets his back broken, you hear me just go, damn. Blurt that shit out.
And I'll never forget, too, when Bruce Wayne showed up at the end and, like, toasted Alfred, I was like, we all cheered. We're like, yes! And then it just ended. And we're like, fuck, man, it's over. And we were really, like, I know people shit on that movie nowadays, but, like, when that came out, everybody was pumped. Everyone was
remember, 2012 was crazy because it was Batman, the Dark Knight Rises, Avengers, Prometheus all came out in the same summer.
I know I've said this like 40 times on this podcast, but goddamn, the Avengers was the best theater-going experience of my life. I wish I could experience that with every movie. I'll tell you this, listeners. If I came out of that theater, every movie I saw, the way I did the Avengers, like, I wouldn't shit on Star Wars, I wouldn't shit on anything. I was just so, like, happy. And goddamn, Batman was a close second that year.
Dude, that was a great. Oh my god, summer of 2012 was amazing.
I wish I could go back and relive that because I visited you like 4 times that year.
Yeah,
and New Year's wasn't one of them.
I know, but still, I was. Oh god, 2012 was such a great year.
What was better, that St. Patrick's Day party or the week I came up in July for Batman and all that stuff?
I'd have to say St. Patrick's Day because we saw You Know Who's with JJ, and we were both just like, God, I want to fuck her.
Yeah, and what's her name's boobs came out, and subsequently in my mouth for a while. That was probably one of the best party nights ever. See, that's why I say, like, we did like Animal House shit. Even that party, we've done crazier shit. We're gonna do that next week, dude. I can't wait. We have a podcast to finish out.
It's gonna be fucking great,
Eric. I know you listen to us go on and on, but honestly, Eric, if I was to have full, complete control, how I would fix this film is I would simply sell it back to George Lucas. Everything would go back to Lucas, and I'd like to see where he takes it because I don't care. I really there's nothing to be emotionally invested in. There's nothing to get excited for. I didn't care about Rey's parentage, and I didn't care about who was Snoke, but at least it was something to know, like, well, they're going to talk about in the next one. And I know people say, but you don't want to know what's going to be in the next movie. No, but these movies are a continuation of the previous one. What is there to continue? Are the Rebels going to go to, like, career day at your local high school and try to recruit people? Because they're 45 people. As an army of 45 righteous individuals that have the right political views can take down anything. No, you people can't. Look what happened last year, all right? That's what reality is. That's why the old Star Wars works. Well, Luke Skywalker's an untrained guy. He's going to fight a Sith Lord. Well, he loses his hand, and the guy just played with him most of the fight anyway. So we want some believability. It's too late for Rey. Rey had like a day of training. Just a day. Maybe 2 at the most. We'll
literally three lessons in this one. That's one of the bad things. When you write things poorly, you put arrows that point out your issues. And one of the fucking problems with this movie was they pointed out their own issues and ignored them. When you make part of your fucking your lines for your characters 3 lessons. That's all you get. 3. That you shortchange the character right from the jump, and they did. You literally had Snoke say the bitch never had lessons with a lightsaber. That's in the movie. And then when you refuse to address it, you have nothing but a flawed character with nothing left, nothing interesting. And that's the problem with this movie that people refuse to acknowledge.
Amen. Let's see. This week's episode's kind of long, and I hate to say this, but there's a lot of shitty comments over on last week's episodes because we have 22,000 plus. Let me see the view count on last week's episode. 23,097 views. It is the most viewed episode of World Class Bullshitters to date, which it's really exciting to be able to say that type of shit. It's like, yeah, this is our biggest week ever, the biggest this, the best that. It's true. Everything we've been doing, we're hitting new highs every fucking week. So, like I said at the beginning of the show, thank you guys. Like, I know we seem angry about Star Wars and other things, but like, honestly, we're just so happy that there's so many people out there that want to hear our take on entertainment. It makes the years, not just like this isn't a new fad that we've been into. That's why some of the people didn't last long. This shit takes time and effort. And we have ridden out a lot of bullshit. And now we're starting to see a nice reward. And thanks to all you people that have, seen that and appreciate what we do. For example, last week's episode has 100 thumbs down, but it has 1,250 thumbs up. So it's everything's going in the right direction. I will read one comment, and it's pandering to us, and I appreciate it because I kind of just want to edit this episode and go to bed at this point. But it comes from Nelson Villegas. This is the best Last Jedi review on the internet. You got a thumbs up, a heart, and 285 people agreed with you, Nelson Villegas. So you, sir, are the commenter of the week because I don't want to read the other 1,421 comments. God damn it. Yeah. And our channel keeps growing. As the Last Jedi score drops, our channel grows. So I like
damn right.
Yeah.
It's the circle of the Force, bitch.
Yeah. Forget the past, let it die.
That's the sort of transfer of power. They die, we live. It's all good, man. It's all good.
I honestly think that the Disney monopolization of entertainment will be beneficial to us as a channel because we have the means to make entertainment. We will find that audience that is dying for just something different, and we'll come in and we'll swoop in and we'll save everybody, and shit will be good. And your Disney Star Wars movies can just be like the bargain bin movies at the dollar store checkout lines.
The fucked up thing is, that's exactly what's going to happen too. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be a crazy time to be alive and to be the motherfuckers talking about this shit.
And Dion, it's good because you won't have to be a real cop where you get shot at. You can just play like First Black RoboCop. We'll call you RoboCop.
Can I be Roman Catholic?
Yeah, of course. I am. Why not? Join me. Together we'll rule the movie industry. Yo, move, motherfucker.
Yo, move.
I can't get into that right now.
Only in the first movie if Dion gets a jetpack. He has to get a jetpack in the first movie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Can it be shaped like a dick?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
I'll make the sacrifice. It's a fucking jetpack. It might be a dick-shaped jetpack, but it's still a jetpack.
The balls are like the fucking exhaust ports.
Yeah.
The head serves no purpose. It's just there.
Or it's a missile, and then when it explodes, it looks like a fucking dick-shaped mushroom.
Are you Boba Fett now?
Maybe.
Fair enough. Everybody's dream was to be Boba Fett until you found out what he was underneath the mask. Fucking clone. And a retarded one at that. All clones are Kiwis. Kiwi lives. Well, yeah, Kiwi lives do matter. I'm not even going to make that joke. I don't care where they come from. They don't need to die, but goddamn, Kiwi. Yeah, they're delicious, especially when you eat the warm with the cool flesh in the middle.
Yeah,
Kiwis are the shit.
Mix it with some strawberries. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't need any extra sugar in that fruit salad.
Nah,
but you see to pour like tequila over it and you're good to go.
Oh yeah, that's how they do it in Samoa. That's how you guys have been so fit all these years.
Tequila is the salad dressing for a fruit salad. That's how we roll.
Tequila and Spam.
Dion, do you want to try that? A tequila fruit salad?
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it.
I kind of want you to buy a bottle of Patron just to toss it down there.
You have to FaceTime us if that goes down.
Oh yeah, I expect a call.
There are going
to be multiple calls. You guys might be sick of us this year.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
They were too stupid to tell us that we could FaceTime them. Like, listen, guys, it's 3:00 in the morning. Wait, call me tomorrow.
No, it is tomorrow, motherfucker.
It is tomorrow, motherfucker.
You know what, Dion?
You speak it.
We should do a live stream, an official live stream for the channel over New Year's. Like, hey guys, it's the end of the year. You got any questions you want to ask us before the year's over?
Oh, dude, totally.
Yeah,
I will tell you, drunken live streams are fun.
Listeners, if you'd like a live stream from World Class Bullshitters where you can ask us anything, it doesn't have to be entertainment related. Like, well, this example is going to be entertainment related. What are your thoughts on Uncle Jesse getting auctioned off? Does it make you feel insecure? No, it doesn't is the answer. But my point is, anything you guys want to hear us talk about, we'd love to do a live stream. If we can get at least 30 comments on live streams, Dion and I will do it. And you should be shit-faced watching us too.
I will be.
All right. So, we have an email account. Has anybody ever gone to it? It's I believe it's worldclassbs@mail.com, the best mail.
.com.
So when I log into said email account, it looks like we got a whole lot of nothing. We got Brian Lape tweeted, "Oh my." Well, if Brian Lape tweeted it, I gotta see it. Oh, it's talking about Whataburger. Anyway, this has been episode 100. You guys know what the Konami code is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
up, down, down.
Yeah. I'm not. You don't have to recite it. But my point is, there are some websites.
Nerd.
Well, there are some websites. If you type in the Konami code, their websites will do things. I want to have coding for our website where we type in the Konami code and it's just an audio clip of Dion going .com just randomly out of the blue.
And the Mortal Kombat blood code for Sega.
I don't play Sega.
ABACABB.
Sega.
So gay. I'm just joking. I'm excited for the new Dreamcast. So, folks, this has been episode 103 of World Class Bullshitters. Every Thursday night, except next Thursday night, we take a dump on the world of pop culture. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, why did you stay till the end of the video? Thanks anyway, though. If you really like us, you can find us over on Facebook. We have 2 pages. The official World Class Bullshitters fan page, which a ton of you have joined recently. It's actually a vibrant, thriving community. You can talk to some of the guys about how much you hate the new Star Wars movie. There's one guy that keeps telling us how much he loves it, but he's just an asshole. And there's tons of other things you can talk about.
You could say he's a dick.
Yeah. Kind of dark tan, too. But you can go there, you can hang out, you can talk to us if you're dying to talk to me about something. Because a lot of people like to message the channel, which is cool. This is the best way to do it. Some dude over on YouTube, his name was Mike or something, sent me this really great email. So Mike, I think it was Mike D was your name. I read your email. Thank you for taking the time. Thanks to all the people. There's a couple people that actually asked me to not mention their names in the things because I don't know who they are. Maybe there's somebody. But we've got a couple messages. That would be hilarious. It's don't tell my name. I work for Disney. I wouldn't blow up your spot. But
no,
the dude, if you're listening to this episode, you know what you and I talked about on Facebook. Best discussion I've had in quite a while. So thank you. Thank you to all those people. We're over on Twitter. Nick runs the Twitters. We are the World Class BS. We're growing over there like crazy. Thank you, Nick. We have an Instagram. We don't really use it. We had a Snapchat, but, Phil ran it. So nothing happened. But who cares? What do you Snapchat a podcast? How do you Snapchat? It's hey, I'm in the office recording. Who gives a shit? You want to listen to the content, not me preparing to make it.
Yeah, plus Snapchat's going downhill. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun for weird nudes and stuff like that, but
it's basically just, let's be honest.
It's just what?
It's just there for dick pics, let's be honest.
Thankfully, I haven't received one on Snapchat yet, so.
Dion?
I will say that I know of Snapchat dick pics. I can neither confirm nor deny that I've received any.
Well, I would bet.
No. I said your name so you can send one to Jeff finally.
You're my Snapchat friend too, buddy. So I'm just saying.
I already sent one just when you finish that sentence, Nick.
Chocolate.
Oh yeah.
I planned for this episode to be really nice and concise. Oh no, this is a heavy episode.
It's the end of the year spectacular.
It divulged into dick pic conversation. You're welcome, America.
Hey, it's ending in a much happier, friendlier tone than last year's end of the year spectacular.
How did last year's on end?
You yelled at Dustin and then angrily read through the comments.
That's not how we left last year's show.
Pretty sure it was.
No, dude, that was the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Wow. Either way, the beginning of this year is going to be last year too.
Thank you, Lackey.
Yeah. Eat that shit up, Dion.
Oh, shit.
No, looking back though, guys, for real, all joking aside, we started this year at 2,202 subscribers. We're at 9,063 or something as of this recording. It just has blown my mind how much this year has helped this channel grow. And there's nowhere to go but up for us. I appreciate, like I said, everybody that has donated, that's been a patron, from our first patron, Kendo Slice, to our newest patron, the guy with the cool Italian name. Like, thanks to everyone in between, too. Because of you people, we have a new piece of equipment to record the podcast on. That's why the videos have gotten better. They're in HD, all because of the support you have shown us. So in the new year, when we do all kinds of cool videos and make a movie and all kinds of shit, we're always going to remember in the back of our minds that, yeah, we wrote this shit, but you guys really helped make it a thing, because a good idea is a good idea, but once it's able to be fully put into motion, then it's a thing. It's out there in the world, and it's tangible. So 2017, best year for world-class bullshitters. 2015, the worst year because it existed. But let's make 2018.
2 months.
Yeah, for 2 months. But let's make 2018 even better. I mean,
We will.
we will. We got the right group of guys now. We got the right mindset. We got the right fans. So, do you guys have anything else you'd like to say before this year is over for world-class bullshitters officially?
Well, not only did the channel really grow, Jeff, you made a new friend.
Yeah, Richard Tanner's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Well, I got two things. First of all, it's 9,064.
Oh yeah.
And secondly, I will be with Richard Tanner and the Buckshot Productions promoting Frank and Thug at Days of the Dead, Atlanta, February 2nd through the 4th. Come see me, ask me questions, take pictures. We'll drink, we'll get high, we'll have a good time. That's it.
So you guys
I may show. Dion knows whose voice that is. I may even show up at this Days of the Dead thing. So come support Frank and Thug, and then tell me how much you hate The Last Jedi. So, Dion, you should say something as we close the show, because you never say anything in the outro. So say just something.
Well, I'll say this. Roses are red. I'm black. Don't worry, motherfuckers. In 2018,
I'll be back.
I knew you were going there. I'm so happy you did. So, folks, thank you for watching. Share the video. Give it a thumbs up. Head over to Patreon. 17 cents a day. You can help us grow even quicker, which is incredible. I don't even need to say thank you again. You guys got the gist. I have been your host, Jeff Hitz.
I'm the man with the plan, the original 10. This is all for you. We love you. You guys are the best. And motherfuckers,
Hey, we coming. We coming.
I have been your friendly neighborhood Samoan saying, for the love of God, share the pork video. We worked really hard on that.
And this has been Kendo Slice saying, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year to all you fuckhouses and peasants in Radioland.
All right, folks, we'll be back January the 4th with a new
For the
episode
Kendo Slice birthday spectacular.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Nick. World Class Bullshitters Nick had his birthday, 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Don't you dare forget Nick's birthday.
Oh, my God.
It's the most important birthday of December.
And turkey legs and mayonnaise as gifts.
Yeah, he prefers Hellman's. So Hellman's by the gallon will get him through a week. I mean, he's going through some rough times right now. So Hellman's.
He drinks this shit like it's water.
Birthday,
Yeah,
Mr. President of Samoa. Happy birthday to you. I love you.
Isn't Donald Trump? Isn't Donald Trump technically the president of Samoa?
American Samoa.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because there's a Samoa and then there's American Samoa, so he's technically the president of American Samoa.
How does that make you feel, Nick?
Well, I was born on the other side, so I'm all right. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So he loves the Queen.
Umbungi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so nothing really changed on my side, but everybody on the other side's kind of pissed off. So
yeah, well,
whatever.
All right, folks. Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, filthy animals.